Here we go.
You want to be like? Sensitivity equals fucking poverty.
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Check it out, homie.
Everyone, welcome to episode 158 of Insensitive Culture. As always, you know me.
So what?
Yeah, on the other end is
And that fool Blazer, Ramon.
in studio today. We have and we will always be
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Make sure you check it out, homie.
welcome back to the studio, Johnny.
Yeah.
It's weird, right?
Next
We
time-
in the building. We in the building.
Next time Dave's in town, whenever it is that he comes to town, because he's gonna end up having to come back.
Of course.
I mean, yeah,
We're gonna-
of course.
Yeah, you're gonna have to show up, and we're gonna have to be in studio.
Until then, I'm farting in your chair, Dave.
Bro, do you know how many farts you're sitting in right now?
I can only imagine.
Like 3 years worth, son.
Well,
Not to mention
I
the
appreciate
other
it
pod
because I
people
didn't
that fuck with
I
it in
didn't
there.
smell any of them. That's true too.
Yeah,
you know they're
that's
farting.
Oh, they're definitely farting. On your studio time, they're cutting mad ass in there.
And if not, when I'm working and I feel like, I need to switch these chairs around, you never know whose farts you're sitting on.
All right, then I'm rubbing nuts on this chair before I leave.
You know how many nuts were rubbed on that chair, son?
Fair. Also believable.
You're not gonna one up Dave, all right?
Right.
Oh man,
Anything you
it's
could
good
think
to-
of,
it's
it's
good
been
to
done.
it's good to have somebody else in studio. I've been feeling lonely in this mug for a while now, son. Oh man, but yeah, no, it's good to have you back, Dave. You're still missed here, but you're repping New York hard as hell over there in California.
This shit's
Word.
gonna drop on opening day. Thursday's opening day, so that's why I'm repping.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
That's fair. I like
respect
that.
it. I respect it. I talk a lot of shit, but I respect you fans because I can't even understand it. I can't fathom it. So I respect y'all for that, for the commitment to your team.
I was actually thinking about this year. I might give. I mean, I like baseball, but I typically don't watch until the playoffs come. Usually, not even the full playoffs, like just the World Series. I just don't have the time commitment for it. But I was thinking maybe this year I might give it a shot, just mostly because of the pitch clock speeding the game up. If we can get these games down to 2.5 hours,
Yeah,
I'll at least watch more games than I've watched in the last 5 years.
I'll consider it.
Yeah.
It's like a football
baseball.
game.
Yeah.
Two and a half.
Right. As long as it
Baseball-
ain't 3:15 or some bullshit.
Baseball, for whatever I've tried, and I just can't get into them unless it's live. Obviously, live
sports, yeah.
Yeah, I could do live sports. Honestly, Ted Lasso. We've been watching Ted Lasso lately, and that's been making me want to watch some soccer,
Some Premier League.
some football.
I've tried.
Football is life.
You've tried? All right. Well,
I can't. Even with I think Ted Lasso is just enough soccer for me. That's all I can handle is the little
That's your
tidbits that
limit.
they give us in the episode. Yeah, and other than that, just can't do it.
That's fair. That's fair.
Agree to disagree
That's fair.
with the rest of the world.
Yeah. Well, I'm in that small percentage that doesn't watch any of that shit. So.
Right.
So kudos to all of you who are sports fans. Sports ball.
Sports ball. Sports.
Before we get into questions, I had a little bit of is he the asshole
Oh.
situation, right?
Oh. Uh-oh.
So,
Uh-oh. What'd you
I
do,
want-
Wak? What'd you do?
It wasn't me.
Okay.
It's not a personal story. It's not a
Okay,
personal story.
okay.
It's something I came across. It was a TikToker, right? And he recently, I guess he was exposed by another TikToker. I think she was the more famous one or whatever. She posted it and she her post went viral, so everyone was just talking mega shit to this dude.
Okay.
So apparently, she came out and she filmed a video stating that she was stood up by this dude, put his picture up and everything, and because he ran out on the bill, and the bill was $130. And she's like, yeah, we went to dinner. He ran off on the bill. This dude is such an asshole. The whole internet, took her side. He came out, and this is why I'm asking, is he the asshole? Because he came out and he gave his side of the story, and he claims that he took her out to this, this nice restaurant. He ordered a $13 entree. She ordered $70 worth of crab legs, alcoholic drinks, whatever. She ran up the bill. And he noticed that, and he said, fuck that, I'm out. And then she was like, yo, where are you? And he cash apped her or Venmo'd her the $13 for his entree and kept it moving. So he's saying like, yo, like, I don't know, like I dodged a bullet because this chick is, claiming, that I'm a cheapskate and all this stuff. But is he the asshole? He put up a video and he was asking people, and a lot of people were siding with him, but obviously he's the guy that's standing there. Yeah, and, it's tough to say.
I don't know. He's kind of assholey to me.
Yeah.
I agree.
But I guess it depends on how the date was going. Like, if it was going fine and the only thing that's negative about homegirl is that you notice she's ordering expensive shit, and you don't if you don't feel that there's a vibe and she's just ordering shit for a free dinner, I mean, I probably still wouldn't run out on the bitch, but I may make a comment, or I might crack a joke on her or some shit, I might talk shit. But if there was like anything there, and the only thing that got him mad was her running up the bill,
the fact that she was just running that up,
then it's like, is she really running it up, or she's just ordering shit that she like, and you took her to a restaurant that offers this level of shit? What are you doing at a restaurant that sells crab legs?
Facts.
And you order a $13 entree. What the fuck was your dinner?
It was probably on his
you ordered an
the
appetizer.
time.
Like, he ordered like chicken wings and shit.
Yeah.
Not even. He ordered like a baked stuffed potato.
Yeah, some sort of appetizer. Those
it had to have been an appetizer.
$13
mozzarella sticks, $13. He's like, damn, I can't believe you go and buy the crab legs when all I ordered was the mod sticks.
Yeah. Dave, what do you think?
I mean, I think anytime you bail, like, she just left, like, without even saying anything. Like, if that were me and, if there was something like that we're playing out, I mean, I would at least, like Johnny said, just make a sarcastic comment as you're picking up the bill, like, oh, shit, like, just call her out and kind of be a dick, but still, like, not bounce, still pick it up. And like you said, like, why go there? All the places to go. It seems like he was kind of asking for it. Like, I don't know, it sounded almost he was testing her. It was like, I'm going to get something mad cheap, see what she gets so I can bounce on her. And, like, he cash apped her or whatever, the $13, but, like, was there even tip in there? I don't know. I feel like
keeping
you got
it Rochester. Imagine going to Black and Blue and buying a $13 meal.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you getting at Black and Blue for $13?
Barely get a side for $13 at Black and Blue.
Exactly. I'm with y'all.
That's wild.
I do think he's the asshole, mainly because he, if you're going on a date in general, right? I know societal standards and everything says that the man is paying for the date, but if you are going like, and my whole thing is like, if I ask for this date, if I ask you out, then automatically I'm paying. If she asks you out, then supposedly she's supposed to pay. But when does that ever fucking happen? Right? But if this is a first date, and you met each other for the first time. You decided to go, but who knows? I don't know the whole story. I don't know if she chose that restaurant. Let's meet here. Let's go there. You know what I mean? And so he's just like, oh, this is a ritzy ass place. You're not going to go before you even meet there. You're not going to be like, yo, I'm saying though, you want to go to Applebee's and get that 2 for $20 special.
Right.
You know, you're not going to do
There
all
we
that
go.
because you're blowing yourself up. I know. Yeah. It sounds legit. That's a legit first date. No.
That's a good 3-year relationship date.
Yeah. You're right. No, bar food is a good first date though.
Facts.
Yeah. But either way, even if you're there, whatever, just expect to pay that first bill. I think that motherfucker was just broke. And he saw that shit piling up. That's the only reason why you would order a $13 entree.
Or like what you said before, that he was setting it up.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
You're right, yeah.
But I just think he was broke.
Yeah.
Because he kept it light for a reason.
Yeah. It's like, I'm trying to walk out of this for under 50.
Exactly. And he was just praying to God that she was just gonna keep it low, and that didn't work out. So now he's going on his campaign trying to let her know, trying to let people know, like, yo, nah, she did. But yeah, I agree. I think he's the asshole. Even if you don't see her again and you just be like, nope, I'm not, like, I can't fuck with you. Like, I don't like you.
Right.
You know what I mean? We just separate, split ways, but yeah, cover that first date, that first meal. Take it
Cut
as
your
an L.
losses. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So I just thought it was interesting.
I'm going to say he's the asshole there.
Yeah, for sure. All right, cool. So you know what time it is now. Hope you're ready, Dave. I hope you're ready. Bring some crazy shit.
Fellas. Last week, one of the actors had to go, right? We remember that whole ordeal. This week it's going to be
Murdering off actors.
It's gonna be a movie. We're gonna kill off a movie, and these movies are considered to be some classics. So this may be tough. It may not. Let's see how it goes. So one of these movies has to go. Godfather Part 1.
Okay.
Scarface. Goodfellas. Pulp Fiction. One of them joints gone.
Godfather Part 1, Scarface, Goodfellas, Pulp Fiction. I'm right now I'm leaning towards it's a tie between Godfather and Scarface, and I'm leaning more towards Godfather.
Yeah.
How come?
If you would have said Godfather Part 2, maybe a different story.
I mean, I guess ipso facto, if Godfather Part 1 is gone, why would there be a Godfather Part 2?
That could have just been the movie. That was the Godfather. That's it.
Godfather Part 2, then Part 1 releases afterward. It's been done.
There's no context. We don't know who the fuck these people are.
Yeah, I'm going to have to say Godfather. The reason for it is I don't have as much of a connection with Godfather. I've seen the Godfather movies. They're great. It was one of the movies that my dad had me watch very early on.
Kindergarten?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But Scarface is just one that I've seen so many times. That's why I ended up going with that one. So I resonate so much more with Scarface, Goodfellas, especially Pulp Fiction. Like, Goodfellas and Pulp Fiction are just you can't fucking touch those movies.
They're untouchable.
Those movies,
They're untouchable.
Yeah, you can't. No, you can't go. No, you just don't touch those.
Yeah.
Same, Johnny.
I mean, I think so. I think I'm also torn between the two. I think it would have to be between Godfather and Scarface. Goodfellas, too good. Pulp Fiction, not in the same genre as the other three, but also still too fucking good.
Organized crime.
I guess, yeah, you could say that. There's a part of me that wants to say Scarface because the actual movie itself is not like rich cinema, you know?
Right.
But it's had such a pop culture impact that I think is greater than what The Godfather has had pop culturally impacting. Now, The Godfather, again, obviously,
It's a classic.
It's a classic. Yeah. It's had huge cinematic impact and launched the careers of folks. But I'm gonna have to go.
You can even
GD.
You can even say that Godfather or Scarface couldn't have happened without Godfather because Al Pacino.
Probably. He probably may have not been casted because he wouldn't have been a star at that time.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. But still, that doesn't take away from, like you said, it's just the cultural impact of.
Scarface is just too involved in hip hop culture and pop culture.
Yeah.
And if that was gone, like imagine all the things that would not exist because they didn't have Scarface as influence. It's just too much. But
it's so much so that
it's a tough one.
To this day, I can't bring myself to watch it again because I've seen it so fucking much. But still, you can't deny the impact.
That's why I was kind of leaning towards Scarface because I've seen it so much and I know how not good of a movie it is. Like it's really not that good of a movie.
Yeah. All those synthesizers.
And there's so many tons of 80s shit. Lots of kind of like low quality area, not low quality, but like just parts of the movie that I was like, oh, that's not really entertaining or didn't really add much. Just shit that I didn't care for, but it's just been too big of a pop culture hit. I can't.
I'd said it's a remake too, but it's not really. It's a loose remake.
Loose remake, yeah.
So,
I agree that Goodfellas and Pulp Fiction are obviously not going to go anywhere. I would argue that The Godfather had a bigger cultural impact, whereas Scarface was more of a hip hop culture impact.
For sure.
Because I mean, obviously Scarface is still everywhere, but it seems more focused on hip hop. And like you said, you sort of vibe more with Scarface.
I mean, hip hop culture is pop culture.
Sure. But I think hip hop culture is a subsection of pop culture. No?
Correct.
Technically, but I feel like in the last 20 years, it's dominated pop culture.
I mean, it definitely did in the 90s. That was its heyday, I feel like. But
hip hop or Scarface?
Oh, I was hip hop. Like
Scarface. You're saying hip hop has declined relevance since the 90s?
That was when it was pervasive, bro. Commercials, they were rapping. So Rodney Dangerfield was stupid bullshit.
I mean, do you not consider the last 20 years of hip hop part of pop culture? Because there's literally like Travis Scott has a fucking sandwich at McDonald's. Like hip hop is completely dominated pop culture.
I feel like it's different though. When I was a kid in the 90s, I feel like it was just way more prevalent and way more in your face. Everyone was rapping. Everyone had a rap song. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of feel the same way now.
I get what he's saying. It was
cornier back then, and now it's more normalized.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely corny.
Back then, it was people noticing that this new thing is trending and is really popular. So it felt forced back then.
Yeah.
Right.
Now it's implemented in culture.
It's just ingrained.
It's ingrained. So it's just naturally there and we don't notice it as much.
Like the 90s is when it started vibing.
Yeah.
Like it started. That's when
Rodney
it became
Dangerfield
part of
rapping is
Rodney raps.
odd. However, I mean, the fucking like the Super Bowl and like the Super Bowl last year was all hip hop. Granted, a lot of '90s stars in there, but also early 2000 stars.
Hey, yeah, you're right. Snoop Dogg was.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre. No, not Dr. Was Dr. Dre in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I want to say he was.
I don't know if he
Not
performed
this
the song.
past Super Bowl, Super Bowl before.
Not
that.
this year.
that was
Last
Rihanna.
year, it was Snoop, Eminem, 50.
Yeah.
It was mostly 90s,
No,
early
it was
2000s.
Dr. Dre because they did
Kendrick was there too.
they did the Still Dre.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. And Kendrick, right? He brought it to the early 2000s.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, like this. There's no way, bro.
But
Like,
either way,
no one's-
Jay-Z
no-
runs
no.
the freaking Super Bowl halftime show.
Rein it back
and
in.
Music for the NFL.
Rein it back in, dog.
Hip hop is way too pervasive
Yeah.
in this time.
Totally. It's very pervasive today. No one is saying that, Johnny. I promise.
Sounded
I'm
like
saying-
you were.
I love hip hop, but for me, it didn't peak in the 90s. The 90s is just when people became more aware of it. It wasn't an underground thing. It was in
Agreed,
pop
yes.
culture. That's why we are where we are today, is because of what it did in the 90s and what happened. But I digress.
To get back to what you were saying, I understand why you feel that way because for you're Italian. So like for you, The Godfather, I would imagine, had a much bigger impact for you, your family, like people around you, like things of that, of that sort.
We weren't off the boat. Obviously, I could
Yeah, for sure.
sort of relate more to like those families and those people than I could with Scarface. But I feel like even cinematic impact of The Godfather, and like Johnny said, Scarface is
sense.
not a great movie
For sure.
by any means.
Correct.
So
Yep.
I'm gonna get rid of Scarface as much as I love it, and I love Pacino and the corniness and the synthesizers and the neon lights. I feel like the Godfather's impact cannot be taken away.
No, yeah, I feel you on that. I was just thinking about that shit too, because even though we know Pacino is Italian and everything, but that's probably why we also gravitated towards Scarface, because even though, like, I was talking about it on another podcast with some friends of mine, right? It was like the cultural impact for Latinos. It wasn't necessarily like he's Puerto Rican or he's Mexican or whatever. It's just seeing a Hispanic character, right? And back then, that's what Scarface was. He was the Latino, and you had the Spanish speakers in there. And so we all resonated.
Scarface predated Carlito's Way, right?
Yeah. Yep. Well, and then Carlito's Way was
Carlito's Way
dope because
solidified. It was
he was Puerto Rican. And we're like,
dude's
yo,
Puerto Rican.
he's Puerto Rican. And that wasn't even a great movie, right?
No, not at all.
Nah.
So we
Sometimes it bees like that, papi.
yeah, no, and it's hilarious to see Pacino with my Puerto Rican ass. It's hilarious, but still, like, it was like for us, anything that had a Latino in it, like a Latino character,
Yeah,
even though he
I
was
was gonna
Cuban,
say,
we're
yeah.
like,
Pacino was
hell
in
yes.
Brownface in both of those movies,
Word.
and he had
Well-
such a cultural impact on the Latino community. That's hilarious.
It is.
Yeah. Well, back then it was kind of common for that. That's
I mean,
why-
you take what you
Yeah.
can get, right? You're at least
Right,
get
exactly.
some sort of representation, I guess.
and now they do it, and it's called woke. So
Now it's terrible. Yeah, now you
What
can't
can we
even
do?
fuck around.
Now you get canceled.
All right, fellas,
All
we're
right,
gonna
so,
switch
yeah.
it up. We're gonna switch up the vibe.
let's do it.
Oh,
Is it gay to let your girl scoop you up, flip you upside down for a standing 69?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say yeah.
Emasculating,
enough to do
emasculating, maybe, but gay?
No, it's not. It's not gay. No, it's definitely emasculating. After I allow this to happen, and it's gonna be some crazy post nut clarity.
Whoa,
It's like
and some vertigo
So,
possibly if you're fucking upside down.
standing
blood rush into your head?
She is just
69.
let's just
Yeah.
let's just pretend like your girl is like, 6'3", 6'4", right?
Okay.
And she just
It's like a tombstone.
naturally
She gets
y'all
you in like
making
the-
out. Y'all making out. You're
"Come here.
naked.
Come
She's
here."
naked.
Scoops your
She
ass up.
scoops you up and holds you
Like she
with
about
your
to
legs in
DDT
the
me
air.
or something?
Yes.
You're about to get a
Legs in the
tombstone
air,
pile
and
driver.
She's just right there like, no.
Going to town.
And you upside down not knowing what to do. So then you start munching. You gotta.
If you can, I don't know how you're just hanging upside down. It's tough, I'm sure. To make do, you got to do something down there. You can't just flail around.
How you feeling after that, man? You feeling gay as hell?
I'm emasculated for sure. I'm definitely emasculated at that point.
I
I'm
didn't
like,
know you was that strong.
right. Like,
Oh, shit,
whoa.
yeah.
Like in the middle. I might just be like, whoa, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you picking me up? But then she starts slobbing on my knob,
Yeah,
and then
right.
I'm like,
Oh,
this
you're
kind of
like, all
feels
right.
good.
This is
Chill for a second.
baby. This is not leaving this bedroom.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Right.
Yeah. This is the first and last time,
And
but
then the
we
next time
will
she's
allow it.
and then the next time she's in the bed, do that thing you did
Yeah.
last night.
I kind of liked it when I flipped you around.
Flip me
Well, the
around.
head
like
rush
that.
made it feel better.
Yeah.
Imagine all that blood rushing to your head while you bust. That's got to be crazy, right? There's got like some sort of asphyxiation
interesting.
thing going on.
Like an upside down nut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Y'all
never
ever
tried
busted?
that.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
Gotta bust upside down. If you've
I gotta-
busted
I
upside
gotta-
down, comment below and let us know how it was.
Yeah, please. I got to figure out how to do that in a non-emasculating way.
I just thought of it, right? You bust a handstand against the wall. All right, go for it.
You a gymnast now? I don't know if I
Right.
feel better about that. You be doing handstands all the time?
I'd be,
You be
I
doing
mean,
handstands
I'm not
like
saying
that?
I'm going to do that. I can't do it, but maybe one of y'all skinny motherfuckers can.
Nah,
So you
I
need a
feel
one-handed handstand because your other hand's got to be jerking your shit, busting. So you're gonna
Nah,
be
your
fucking
girl,
planted.
your girl's
on-
supposed to be taking that over.
Oh, I thought we were trying to figure out a way to bust upside down.
Do it on our own? Self-nut? Nah. Not
Just for
upside
the-
down.
The upside down bust test.
If I want to do an upside down self-nut, I'll just like hang off the side of the bed or some
Yeah, some
shit.
shit like that, yeah. Oh, but then you risk that shit actually hitting you in the face.
Yeah.
That's
You
not-
gotta
Oh, yeah.
figure- Nah, that's like a sock jerk off or some shit.
Yeah, you got to figure
you
something
still
has
have
to
one of
catch
those.
it. Something has to catch that.
Yeah, it's got to be caught. It can't hit the face.
Can't just be slinging naked.
That would be considered gay.
Is it though? It's your nut.
Ah,
matter.
That's John.
Ah,
That's Dave's.
I'm
That's Dave's
just
logic.
saying,
Dave's logic. You
He's a
grabbed your
thinker.
own crotch. You tasted your own nut.
And Dave
Not
has
gay.
already stated that if you blow yourself because it's your own dick, it's not gay. So
That's
I'm
facts.
pretty sure.
So if you nut in your own mouth, not gay.
no, if you
if
blow
you do it
a
on
load into your
purpose,
mouth and
if you do it
swallow
on purpose, that's mad gay. If a squirt just happened to get in there and you like just get it real quick.
Oh,
and,
so
But-
if you but if you blow yourself on purpose,
But if
that's
you
not
enjoyed
gay?
it,
like what?
yeah, that
if
too.
you do it, no, the second time it's gay. The first time
Okay,
you're just
so the
curious.
first
You're
time-
like, I don't know if this is weird
It's just
or
a
not.
trial period.
Nut lands
Right.
in your mouth and you lick it off your lips.
then
Gay
you do
or
it
not gay?
And then you do it again. 'Cause
Even
if
the
it's-
first time.
What if it
Even
goes
the
in?
first
What if
time.
it's just in?
No, it's just on your lips. And you're like, oh
Yeah.
shit, it's on
No.
my lips. And
No.
instead of wiping it with your hands, you lick
No.
it off with your
That's
tongue.
gay.
Gay or
That's
not gay?
I think that's gay. You're making a conscious effort. You're making a conscious effort like it's frosting to just fucking tuck it back in there. Nah.
Oh man,
Okay.
our good friends.
Not
at,
that there's anything wrong with that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Our good friends at Win
our
Boredom
good
Strikes.
friends Yeah. Did you see that?
I was thinking about that motherfuckers too just now. How crazy. This motherfucker Craig, he wild, son.
Yeah, Craig be tripping.
What Craig say?
He said that he one time he accidentally nutted on his own face. And everybody was like, what the fuck?
Yo.
Oh, Craig.
Wish I had the clip queued up. It's great. As a matter of fact, I couldn't find it, but still, it's insanity. That's now to go back to that. We don't have to look for the clip, but to go back to that question, is it gay? No. Is it emasculating? Absolutely. I would feel. I would feel some type of way afterward. I probably might let it go on. We're gonna have to let this finish completely.
But you don't tell nobody.
Your junk's in her mouth. Why would you ever stop that?
Right. It's not actually gay, but still, you're gonna feel like either at the end of it, you're gonna feel one of two things. You're either gonna say, "Don't ever do that again." Mm-hmm. Or you're gonna say, or you're not gonna say anything, and you're just gonna allow it whenever it happens.
Or you're gonna say, "Please do that every time."
Yeah. Yep. Do that every single time. Can you just do that again? Like flip me up?
Can we do the flippy flip?
What did I send you? Why did this even come about? I sent you something. Was it just like some super
it was
tall?
like a super tall giant
Oh
woman
yeah.
with a fat old booty.
Oh, that chick in the shower, right? She was in the shower and
she-
she was like mad tall.
No, she had her she was in the shower. Yeah, and then she had her leg on top of the fridge.
Yeah. On top of the fridge, son. On top of the
She was in
fridge.
the shower with her leg on top of the fridge.
No. She was in the shower just
Two
kind of
different
showing like how big she was.
Like
how tall she
towering
was,
over
and,
the
like,
faucet.
The shower head was just like, she was towering over that. And then she was in the kitchen and she
Oh,
had
a
her
separate
leg.
photo.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's just she went into like 3 or 4 different
Oh,
areas
I
to
didn't
show
see
how
the
tall
whole
she
thing. I just saw that one shower one.
was. Yeah.
Oh, she had a little series. I might have to
Put
send
the
the
leg
link
right on
over
top.
here, guys.
Put the leg right on top of the fridge, and he was like, could you date a tall chick? And somehow it turned into flipping upside down.
I said I would just let her get after it. I was like, yeah, I wouldn't even care. I'd just let her
Yeah.
go to
I
town.
mean, for you, it's got to be
yeah, I mean, yeah, you're like,
liberating.
yeah, 5'11" or higher, and you could probably flip me over. Not a big deal.
You're like, this is possible. This is cool.
No, there's this super tall, like, sort of goth porn star chick named Rocky Emerson, and she's like 6'8", 6'9", taller in heels, and just so sexy, dude. Yeah, she makes all these dudes that she's smashing look kind of small just because she's so massive.
Yeah.
And she gets it on with these other like super tiny chicks, and it's like, damn, that's hot.
Rocky Emerson.
Rocky Emerson.
Key Emerson.
It's like an alt porn star. Does a lot of evil angel stuff.
Oh, yeah.
If that's your thing.
That wasn't her? She
What?
kind of looks like the chick in the photo.
I don't really remember. I just remember being like, damn, flip me upside down.
David's into this.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, no, she's a pretty big girl,
She's all tatted up.
and she's tatted
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, she all tatted up, tall.
Fuck my
Sorry
shit
you
right
can't
up.
see this on the YouTube, guys, but
Yeah, we can't
these
do
photos are NSFW.
that. You have Google, so you're good.
You got the Googles.
Yeah. If you're into really tall chicks,
I mean, she doesn't look 6'9".
I'm into. I
tough.
don't care. Honestly, I don't care if a chick is like mad tall or mad short, as long as it looks normal and proportionate. You know what I mean? Like when it gets to a certain point, something just looks off. When it gets to that point, Yeah, I'm good on that.
Word.
I might get canceled for that, but who cares?
That's all right.
I've said worse.
Nah. Way worse.
I mean, she's definitely a big girl, but that's
For sure.
That's totally handleable.
Yeah. Would you let her scoop you up, put your toes in the air?
He would. Don't even let
Why
him
not?
play.
Yeah, he would.
see?
You know he would.
I know.
Yep.
Everybody would. They just wouldn't tell
I
anybody.
mean,
about it.
I would say everything I said before. I would question her. Why are we doing this?
Why are we doing it?
Afterward,
in the heat
though.
of passion,
Afterward,
dude,
you
in the heat
question,
of
like, what was
passion,
that, babe?
You're just like, oh, wait, what? In your head, you're like, what's going on? And then things just start progressing, and you're just like, all right, we're here, and I'm not hating it.
Here we are.
I mean, I might have it in the back of my head the whole time. Like, I wonder if he's gonna flip me over.
Come on, flip me over, and you start like,
Please,
just like trying to help
I
her.
started-
You're like leaning with it. You're leaning with it.
jumping. Like, I know you want to flip me, right?
It's like I wasn't, but I'm about to now.
Oh man, Johnny's just like, are you ready, baby? Yeah, I'm ready. He just flips right against the wall real quick.
Do a
right?
gymnastic move.
Yeah, it's like I've been going to the gym, baby. I learned this trick for you.
I would last like all of 10 seconds upside down on my arms.
Listen, obviously I am a big dude. If a tall ass chick just lift me up like that,
Oh shit, she's a keeper. You wife
I would
that.
be like, yo,
Yeah,
this is completely new to me. Let's do this.
that's probably gonna feel amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna rock me like a baby.
I would not tell anybody, but yeah,
Right?
I wouldn't tell the fucking soul, bro.
Nah.
Especially your girl.
But it's going down. Oh shit.
Fair.
Very fair.
All right.
All right.
All right. Last one, guys.
Yeah.
Would you rather be good looking, have nice clothes, but smell like shit? Or look like a homeless person, but always smell really nice and pleasant?
I'd rather look like a homeless person and smell nice and pleasant.
Yeah? Like a
Just-
job interview, you show up looking homeless, like, yo, this dude came in tatters, dirty as a
mean-
motherfucker, but he smelled like fucking Old Spice. It wasn't that bad.
Do you think it's even better for you to come in a nice fucking suit and looking all clean and shit, and then you smell like shit, bro? You're
I
not
think
getting
you
the
could-
job either way.
If you look nice and clean though, you could pass it off, blame it on somebody else. Like,
Nah,
the janitor ran into me and we
gotta
tumbled
be-
down the
it's
stairs
obvious.
together.
Oh yeah, the second you leave the interview, the smell goes away too. Yeah. It was definitely someone else
Yeah.
going on a date.
So
and
what's
all
what's
that
easy?
shit. But
What's
then-
easier
but yeah,
to pass off then? Because I mean, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't with the job
damned
interview.
if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah. Neither. Like, you're fucked
thought-provoking.
on the job interview.
Yeah,
That's a bad.
I mean,
that's
even
a bad,
on a date,
Ooh.
like fuck a job interview. Even on a date, both are not great options, man.
Well, just think. I mean, picture you're on a date with the chick. She's either fucking slamming, but she smells funk as a bitch, or she looks like a fucking homeless ass bitch, but she smells like fucking some Jennifer Lopez
What's the
perfume.
putridity level? 1 to 10.
I mean, it said shit. Let's call it a 7.5.
Okay. I don't know. Some bitches might get through a 7.5 if they really. Need
That's what I'm
that
saying.
nut.
Margot Robbie
money-
sitting
how
across
much
from
money
me with
do we
a.
Right. You got enough money.
What's my wealth?
I'm springing for the $75 crab legs.
and sticking around after.
No, that's a good
I'm
point.
not running out. I think they'll get through the smell.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I feel like mad girls have had to deal with smelly dudes anyway, and
I
they're
changed
just.
it, yeah.
Dudes
I
just be
changed it.
smelly. And they're probably not
Yeah.
even good looking. And they got
No.
girlfriends. right? So yeah, I mean, you
Some
gotta
of them
go.
are married. You're like, what the fuck? Yo,
Exactly.
bro, you need to
Exactly.
freshen up.
Nah, man. Sometimes you look at people in that situation, you go, oh, now I see. Now I know why you're married. Okay, got you. Yeah, I changed my answer. I'd have to look fresh and clean, and just smell like shit, because you're gonna find somebody, right? And they're gonna be talking.
Well.
But like that's like even a rumor with like Lil Wayne and them that anybody, because he has the fronts, and anybody who has those teeth their breath smells like shit. So that's always that's like a stipulation in how many women, given his situation.
Why does your breath smell like shit when you have
Because
diamond teeth?
They're like,
I believe it. I don't understand.
I don't understand either, but that's what I hear. Because he had all of his teeth removed and replaced with these.
So he's like, I'm not even brushing.
No, he brushes it and everything, but it's just because they're all, it's the
Decaying
funk from
inside?
Yeah, it's the funk from the decay on the inside.
I can believe that.
Gross.
But but then isn't that the
But
same
it don't
as
matter.
veneers? People
Right.
do that shit all
That
the
is
fucking time.
true. Yeah.
So I don't know. But still,
Maybe
just
George Clooney breath stink.
maybe. And women don't seem to give a fuck.
They apparently don't.
Nope.
They do not.
Yeah.
He pipes.
I can't see like getting anywhere in life, even though you
Looking like a
smell like
hobo.
fucking roses,
Yeah.
but looking like a bum all the time.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be more of a drag on your life.
Yeah. It's just
For
like
sure.
oil spills on your clothes and shit. And it's-
Tattered. I just picture like tattered, ripped clothes and pants torn up and shit.
I mean, you have enough swag, you could do it, but it's just like if you
could,
look
yeah.
like a bum, if you look, I'm talking about like you're never clean and fucking
Face
your
is
hair
scraggly.
just never,
Yeah.
everything is just scraggly and just you're not
I feel
pulling
like
anybody. You can only pull drug addicts at that point.
It's true the other direction also, right? Like if you have enough swag and you smell like shit, you could probably still pull it off.
Oh yeah, yeah. At the very worst, right?
Other smelly
They'll-
bitches.
At the very
Definitely. They don't have a sense of smell.
no. At the very worst, she'll deal with it, and you'll probably get laid, and just it never goes past
And then
that.
never go back. I mean,
I can live with that.
most men will agree with you.
I can live with that.
I can survive.
Yeah, survive. Whatever. Then you'll find
Word.
that one chick that just, he just smells like shit. Like whatever. Who cares?
I deal with it. He pays my
I'll deal
bills.
with it. Right.
Can I put a Christmas tree ornament around my neck? You know,
The
the
little
car
the pine
freshener?
tree. Yeah.
Pine
Then you
tree,
just smell
that's what I
like
mean.
you smell like shit in a pine tree.
shit in a pine tree. Yeah.
Yeah, mad
Sure.
cologne.
Absolutely.
Word. Dave, that's what you're going with too?
Shit
Oh, yeah.
covered with perfume.
Shit covered with perfume.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going with.
That's your role.
Nah, I'm gonna be sexy and smelly.
All right. So I think that's the end of the questions. I had one.
Oh,
I had one that's on this list, and it hasn't been chosen, but I'm curious about it.
Okay.
So fuck it, I'm gonna throw it out there anyway.
Mr.
but
Impatient.
Shit.
I'm gonna throw in some HOLLYWOO at the end, so get ready.
Please do.
Yeah, like, I'm just stomping all over Dave's shit.
No, I'm not stomping over.
I get
shit, but
one thing.
I'm curious.
I get
curious
one
about
fucking thing.
I just heard this question and I kind of liked it. It's morbid, but I liked it.
Oh boy.
So when you go to heaven, you can only hang out with people who died the same way that you died. How are you going out?
I think the funnest way would probably be just to OD. A lot of funny people OD.
That's what I was thinking too.
Farley, Belushi.
Yep.
I feel like
Heath Ledger.
Hey, Heath Ledger. Well, I don't know if it was purposeful or not, and he's not super
No,
funny,
no.
but he'd be chill to hang
But
out
he
with.
still
for
OD'd.
sure.
He still overdosed.
Absolutely.
Philip
Whitney?
Seymour Hoffman overdosed.
Hell yeah, Philip Seymour Hoffman, bro. Either overdose
Michael
or
Jackson.
suicide. Some good suicides out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Michael
Don't take that
Jackson,
out of
Prince.
context.
No, I know. It was just wild to hear. That's all. You had to process it. Like, what?
If it wouldn't get us blocked, that might have been the cold open.
Hey, yeah. Not in the first 10 seconds, right?
Right.
I also thought about like there was like mainly Robin Williams because he hung himself. So I was like going through different artists and how they passed and stuff like that. But yeah, the consensus is OD had a lot of celebrities who passed that you would be hanging out with.
There'd also be like
Jimi Hendrix.
a lot of fucking bums.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Just a lot of bums.
Oh, like just like in general.
that also OD.
I thought you were calling everybody who overdosed bums.
No, I'm saying there would also be.
Yeah, there would also be a lot of
ridiculous. Like there's a lot of
homeless
cool,
people,
celebrities you're tossing in there. And these are all great people to meet with, but there'd be a million bums that you'd have to get through.
Bums die
to
from
meet
everything.
These celebrities.
Cancer, heart attacks,
Oh,
cold
yes.
weather. Whatever you pick,
Yeah,
there's going to be mad bums there with all the cool people. So we're going to have to eat that.
Yeah, but I feel like the OD thing is a little bit more.
I feel like bums can handle their shit, whereas like your preppy white kids in the suburbs, those are the motherfuckers ODing on the reg.
That's true too.
I'd say it's 50.
So some preppy boys, some bums, and fucking Philip Seymour Hoffman. We'd all be kicking it. It'd be a good time.
I mean, they're all like you only overdose on opioids, right? Like, what else do people overdose on?
I mean, your heart can explode. You do too much coke, smoke too much crack.
When's the last time you heard about somebody overdosing on coke?
Nah, the media is too obsessed with shootings and heroin.
I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it's just like
Yeah, no, you don't.
usually the slow down drugs, not the hype up drugs.
Word. I'm sure it's possible, though.
Yeah. I don't know. I think probably not going to go with the overdose answer.
I mean, we
Amy
both took
Winehouse.
that.
Look at this. Amy Winehouse, Jonas Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, Prince, Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Judy Garland, Mac Miller, DMX,
Mac Miller
Rockefeller.
did not overdose on cocaine.
Not
these are
cocaine.
these are general overdoses.
Celebrity overdose.
Yeah,
Got
celebrities
you.
who've overdosed. There's a lot of people. Yeah, and John Belushi you mentioned earlier.
Farley. It's worth it
There's
just
a lot
for
of
Farley,
celebrities
bro.
have overdosed.
Yeah, Farley. He's on the list here too. Obviously,
They can afford to overdose.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's a lot of good people that went out that way.
I'm gonna go with assassinated.
I was thinking that. That was my third option besides suicide and overdose.
But does that get, because you got to think about it, does that get lumped up into just murdered?
No, assassinated specifically. Only high profile people are assassinated.
Okay.
Anyone else is murdered. But if you're killed and if you're shot, well, I guess you could be poisoned and be assassinated.
Definitely. If you're high profile, it doesn't matter how you
But
get killed, right?
assassinated is like 99% only high profile folks.
Okay.
I feel like they're boring folks, though, like politicians
Probably.
and shit. Like, that wouldn't be too hopping once you get to heaven and it's just a bunch of, like, Abe Lincoln and
could pick the
Kennedy. And,
It'll be
Brain.
interested though.
Kennedy will party. Kennedy will start fucking.
Yeah,
It'll be,
you
it'll get
find
wild
the
out
few. You find the
Because
few.
they were both assassinated, right? Robert.
Both
and,
of them, yeah.
and-
Robert wasn't as
Half-
much fun as John, though.
Right.
there. Half
Jack
that
was
family.
a fun boy. Bobby was a bit of a fucking. He was a prick. He was a stick in the mud.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
you can pick
assassinated.
you can pick their brains.
I like that.
Because I'm also like the whole thing is I'm dying the same method, right?
Yeah.
So then I'm
That
getting
means you're high
assassinated.
profile.
I'm high profile. I'm in the fucking zeitgeist. People will talk about me afterwards.
I like
That's
where
true.
I like where your brain
That's
went
true.
there.
It took me a while to get there. I was like, fuck.
I'll just be another OD.
Yeah.
Just be another fucking OD.
Yeah.
Slurping your vomit in the closet.
Another statistic.
I'd probably still just go with OD. There's a lot of dope people who died.
There is, though. That list is fucking
Yeah,
phenomenal.
that list is insane.
There's
He didn't even cover half the folks. There's
Mitch
that shit
Hedberg?
is like 60 people long.
yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't even click the show more button yet.
Ooh. River
It's kinda
Phoenix.
sad, actually.
I've always
to see
wanted to
this.
chill with River Phoenix.
Right.
He seemed like a chill dude.
Ike
Seems
Turner.
like he likes to party. Ooh,
Nah, Ike can fuck himself.
Ike.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
I just think of Lawrence
people on
Fishburne
this list, dude.
in that picture.
Who?
Lawrence
Oh,
Fishburne.
Oh,
Lawrence
and-
Fishburne.
that
Yeah, with
picture
the
where he's
look,
about to he's about to smack a bitch. He's
I was like,
"What?"
wait, hold up.
That's
Lawrence
one of my
Fishburne,
What
favorite.
happened?
One of my favorite reactions.
All right. So we all answered, right? Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one that was just lingering. Like I wanted to know how.
That would have been a next week question if you didn't fuck it all up.
My bad, bro. My bad.
Just saying.
My bad.
No, you good. You good. I liked it.
I'll put in another one.
All right. All right.
All right. Cool.
You know what it's time for. News
Yo, that's some Nick News shit right there. That was the fucking Nick News sound when that shit was popping, dude.
Nick News.
That was tight.
Insensitive news. Johnny called. Johnny Culture.
Johnny Sensitive News with Johnny Culture.
That's the new name. That's the new name.
I love
Dope. I like it. I fuck with that. Johnny Culture.
All right. Well, speaking about overdosing, I always thought this was a myth, but apparently it's not a myth, and it's a real legit thing. There's two moms that are suing the drug testing facilities because they're at risk of losing their kids because they had a poppy seed bagel and then they got drug tested. Now, the scenario is that they were pregnant, went to the hospital to deliver the baby, or I think in one case there was like some complications or whatever, and they got induced. And then the other case, they just went to the hospital because they were having labor, and the lawsuit is because the drug testing happened without their knowledge. Like they did the testing at a hospital as normal.
Okay.
All the tests, but one of the tests that they did happened to be a drug test. Didn't tell the moms. They deliver the baby. They're like, "Can I have my baby?" "No, you can't have your baby." "Why can't I have my baby?" "Well, we're actually calling CPC because you pop positive for opioids."
Yeah. For those of you who aren't familiar with that little bit of news, potheads know this very well because we were always trying not to keep ourselves from being employed.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you consume poppy seeds too early, too close to a drug test, you may come out as positive for opioids.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I've heard that story,
Yeah.
but I always thought it was bullshit. I
When
was
the
like,
fuck are we eating poppy seed bagels?
I mean, I eat everything bagels.
That's true, but like if you eat a poppy seed bagel, it was probably a little bit. Like your piss is gonna be way more dirty.
Probably. I mean, it's
Yeah.
covered in more poppy seeds, but like only like maybe 10% more poppy seeds. Everything bagels are pretty heavy on the poppies.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fucked.
staple.
Yeah, that's
And in both cases, the ladies are like, I'm not a user. In one case, they, they kind of figured some shit out, and by the next day, they still let her take her baby home, but there was still like a bunch of CPC shit that they had to go through, and deal with.
how much?
I'm sorry,
poppy-
CPS.
Yeah. How many poppy seed bagels is
Just
are these
one.
fucking women eating?
Just one, but it was the morning of. So the
Damn.
same day, and then they had the exam. In the other case, though, I mean, this chick didn't, her and obviously her husband as well, I think it was 10 or 15 days before they were to bring their baby home.
Jesus.
And see the baby. Like, you gave birth to a child,
Can't see
and
it
now
for
you got to
2
wait
weeks.
10 plus days
Yeah.
before you could even hold the child.
Yeah.
Much less bring them home. Like, you're already out of the hospital. The hospital's not holding you
Yeah.
more than like
And
2
that, and that
days.
time is extremely important.
And
for,
that's exactly it's a very critical time.
Damn.
And all because you had a fucking everything bagel in the morning.
yeah.
And they didn't tell, the big thing is that they didn't tell them that they were drug testing. Because you might say, if someone said we're going to perform a drug test, because of the urban myth, which obviously is no longer a myth, right?
Yeah.
But because of that story, like, you might be like, just so you know, I had a poppy seed bagel this morning.
That's what all the junkies say before they deliver their
Agreed.
babies, bro. That's why she didn't like, oh, it's just poppy.
That's true.
I
That's
had a
very
poppy
true.
seed fucking dressing with dinner yesterday. I don't know what to tell you. I
But
thought,
it's
thought
like
it was
they
bullshit.
performed multiple tests afterwards. They were all negative. So it's like, okay.
Yeah. Just let the fucking baby go home with it. With the
Yeah,
family.
this is obviously a
Yeah.
mistake.
Yeah,
like-
false positive.
What state?
It was multiple states, so not even all in the same state. Like, you could say like, oh, down south or some shit like that. But I think one of them was.
Yeah, but which one? What state was it that kept the fucking child away from them for 10 to 15 days?
I believe this was New Jersey.
Damn.
That's surprising.
Yeah. Isn't that standard though?
One
when
was
kids
New
are
Jersey.
born?
The other
Don't they
one was
always-
Brooklyn.
Don't they always drug test babies, or like the blood or the mother, or they do a bunch of tests when babies are born? I always thought like the drug test was just like a standard part of the tests that they run. That's how they know if babies born are crack babies or whatever, because they just do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think my wife got drug tested. Now, in both cases, the women are black. And so is there a prejudice there that they performed a drug test on black women? My wife
'Cause that
just
was-
gave birth, and I know that they, like I said, like that's how I said it earlier. They run tests. You show up to the hospital, they're gonna
Right.
take your piss, they're gonna run some tests. But do they run drug screen tests?
I was going to say that I'm surprised that this isn't a more common thing to where they just rule it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why, if you're drug testing all families,
You would think there was more than just two women that had fucking
Exactly.
poppy seed
Exactly.
or everything bagels.
because it's that urban myth has been around for
Since I was a
decades.
teenager.
Right, for decades. So
It was
That's
on
why
an
I thought it
episode
was
of
phony.
Seinfeld. You remember Elaine?
Yes,
On
exactly.
Seinfeld,
Yeah.
her boss thought she was fucking doing opiates because she's
Yeah.
munching on poppy
Yeah,
seed
that was
bagels.
the
Which is
90s.
another
time.
reason why I thought it was fake.
Right. Same.
And I remember my brother telling me a story that it happened to him, that he said that he, was applying for a job, and that I want to say he said some shit like in the waiting room there was bagels, and one of them happened to be poppy seeds, and that's the one that he took, and he ended up popping positive. And at the time, I was I don't know, 13, 14 years
Yeah.
old or something. So I totally believed it. Like, oh my
Yeah.
God.
But
and then
that's
as I
too
got older,
quick
I was like,
to go through your
that sounds
system.
stupid. That sounds stupid. Why would they have poppy seed bagels in the waiting room of a drug
Right.
screening office? So I was
Yeah.
like, that's got to be bullshit.
Yeah.
And thus, if that story is bullshit, all of them are bullshit. Can't possibly. There's no way poppy seeds are going to pop a positive test. But apparently, like I said, it's actually a real thing and it happens quite often. Not so much in, the pregnant mom delivering birth thing, but just like in general, people end up testing positive after having consumed poppy seed bagels.
Yeah. Let's see. I want to see how common that shit is. Oh.
Oh.
So, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, because it's derived from the same thing.
So yeah, that's where opium comes from, the poppy seed
Yeah.
and the poppy plant.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so that's why it makes sense why it would. It seems, I don't know, it seems a little far fetched.
It seems like there should be some sort of way to indicate how strongly it's coming forward, like coming through in the test or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, especially even if it's specifically for poppy seeds and, and for this test, where if it comes in within a certain amount of, like a certain percentage, then we know that that's probably more than likely, obviously, in using your own discernment of how this person is, because someone who is hooked on opioids, you might see something off about them within a day or two. Yeah. So it's just like, oh, this person tested positive. Let's keep an eye on them and whatnot. And then if they're like getting, if there's something else that indicates this person is addicted to this drug,
right?
And they're, and obviously passing it through to their child, then you would be able to notice that in the few days that the person is in the hospital with you.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Maybe that's how they like catch the crack babies, because they run blood tests on the babies, make sure they're okay, and if obviously if the moms are actually doing hard drugs, it's going to show up in the baby's tests probably.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the mom that had to wait the 10 days or so. Mm-hmm. That was part of why they eventually let her go, was that she continued to test negative. The baby never tested positive. And so they were like, all right, something seems amiss here. But either way, they made her wait so many days.
Could you have a lawsuit there?
Didn't believe her.
Could that
both of them.
Legal action?
That's
that
why
what they're
this
doing?
is. Yeah, that's why I know about this, is because both of them are suing.
Gotcha. Same. I would have done the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Got a new kid, get that bread.
Especially that the one that had to wait 10 to 15 days.
Oh yeah,
before they
that's
got to hold
I
their
want
child.
a mill for every day I fucking waited without that kid.
Yeah,
Facts.
That is precious time for anyone who's a parent. You know, like, it's supposed to be the second the baby's out, put them directly on mom, skin to skin. There's that connection. Same thing with dad. Dad does the same thing. It's like those are those days that's very important.
The breastfeeding.
All of it.
All the latching on.
The
all of
titties,
that.
for sure.
You just robbed that lady of all of that because you had everything.
Just the joy of a freaking life form came out of your body, and I can't deal with it, touch, talk, nothing.
Yeah.
Can't even stare at him.
We're processing. Everything is going
And
through a
that's me
processing
assuming
period.
it was a natural birth. Imagine if it was, a C-section.
Right.
And you literally cut me open and rip this baby out of me, and I'm not allowed to touch it because you think I'm a druggie?
Right.
Not because I look like a druggie or act like a druggie, but because
this test says
this
that.
one test that you took without my permission or my consent or anything.
Says that I'm testing positive for something that a simple bagel would, you know what I mean? Like, that's known.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is if it's not a myth and we know that this is a real thing, wouldn't you want to test twice? Like, it came up for opium and you kind of don't look like a druggie. maybe we'll run this test one more time just to double check.
Well, that's my point. Is just like still give the child to the mother.
I mean, fucking
And then
benefit of the doubt.
These people are gonna stay in the hospital for a few days.
Yeah.
So you might as well just like give them their child, and then and observe them,
Yeah.
And if something seems off, now
Yeah.
we're involving other CPS and all of these other things.
Right.
But if things move on and you're poking and prodding them anyway, hey, we just have to run another test.
Yeah.
We're gonna grab some. They're not gonna ask you anything, and just test again. If it's negative, let it go. Just like move on. But
Agree.
More.
All right. What do you guys think about this story that
sucks.
came out in the last since our last? I think it actually popped right after we recorded last week, but still kind of in the news here. So we talked previously about Justin Roiland and his issues with coworkers as well as with the law. So on the law portion, apparently charges have been dropped against the Rick and Morty co-creator. They've now, they said there was insufficient evidence to bring charges against him. Now, granted, he was originally charged in 2020, which is 2 years ago, 3 years ago at this point.
That was when it happened, right?
Let's say
The
2.5 years ago. That's when it happened. This was when he was originally charged. The only reason people found out about it is because I think there was a grand jury that was summoned in January in which they had to present the evidence that they had at the time. That's became public knowledge. And now people were like, holy shit. And that's when we originally talked about it. And didn't seem like the grand jury was going to go their way. So the DA just dropped their charges because they didn't think that the evidence that they had was sufficient enough to bring to trial. That doesn't necessarily
That doesn't
mean
he's innocent.
there's no evidence.
Right.
And it doesn't necessarily mean that the evidence isn't somewhat compelling. Just not compelling enough that they thought they'd be able to convince 12 people to convict the guy. Which, happens in these types of situations.
A lot of he
But
said, she said.
the internet's kind of torn on this. Like,
yeah.
because he went and posted immediately after, he posted this statement on Instagram where he was like, I knew these charges were phony and just full of lies. He never
internet-
really addressed the charges
the internet
either.
pulls your receipts. Like they
100%. Oh, the internet came after him hard because it's
saw-
not just those charges. Like the charges were like about not kidnapping, but like holding someone against their will. There was some obviously assault stuff.
Yeah. I heard him on a podcast. It was audio of him himself on a podcast discussing certain things, and he was saying, and this is don't quote me on this because I wish I had the link for it. But on the podcast, he was saying, like pretty much saying how like 14 and 15-year-old girls were hot or some shit like that.
Oh yeah.
And
The
there's
claims of grooming are pretty high.
Exactly. And there's like a bunch of shit that's coming out. And he's just like saying, obviously I would wait until they're 18, but you got to admit, like if I was 14 and since they're 14, like it's hot. Like what the fuck are you talking about, bro?
Yeah.
So there was
I mean,
a lot
we're in
of that.
sensitive
That shit
culture
was-
over here, but
That was cringy as fuck. And I'm like this dude is a piece of shit, like for real.
We're insensitive within reason.
Yeah. We're insensitive in the
within
fact
the
where
law.
Within the law, yes. There's-
we're
There's
insensitive in
insensitive.
the fact that we joke around about a lot of wild, like crazy shit that people normally don't want to talk about. But
Yeah.
still, Yeah, but for the most part, we're all decent human beings that just have dark humor. That's pretty much we're all into
For the
dark
most
humor.
part.
For the most part.
Oh, what was that?
But that, no, the audio that I heard from, I was like, oh, okay, that's cringy as fuck.
Right.
So
I mean, and there was, like you said, they pulled the receipts. There was Instagram DMs that people had pulled up, tweets that he had posted. There's a lot of super cringy shit that he's done, which kind of justifies the canceling part of Justin Roiland. It was like, all right, well, this must have been the straw that broke the public's back. And finally, all these, companies decided, probably not best to do business with Justin Roiland.
Yep.
However, vindicated? I don't know.
yeah, I don't think so.
That post
You still
was
have
in
a-
poor taste. Knowing how it all ended when there's not sufficient evidence to be coming out like, oh, I'm vindicated. It's like hashtag justice and all this bullshit that came out. And I'm like, bro, like, you're a dickhead and they couldn't prove it, but you're still a fucking dickhead. Like, if it came out where the chick was like, she got caught lying on some bullshit, trying to get some money, then that's when you feel bad. Squanch Games, Rick and Morty, all that shit's gone. It got snatched away. But the dude is clearly not a good dude. And to come out like he's fucking Mother Teresa, like he's being falsely persecuted, is just a super, super bad look, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. At first, I was thinking like, oh, shit, they falsely accused him.
Yeah.
And then, then he started reading all the shit. People start, they'll pull your card. It's crazy, though, how much shit that the people will have on you, and it's not until someone pulls that card,
Bro,
that everything just start unraveling. Dude.
When you're a hater with time on your hands, anything is possible.
That's true. You'll find a lot of shit.
Real
Facts.
quick.
It's a good segue.
Well, speaking of false accusations, maybe, possibly, don't know.
You're welcome.
But another big story that happened this week was our boy, huge fans of here at the pod, Jonathan Majors, was arrested on Friday of last week. And then Saturday, his lawyers rebutted with their own story. But it's still kind of up in debate. We don't know what's happened. He's still
It's murky waters.
I don't know that if he's been released yet at this time.
No, he
he might have been released the same day.
I want to say he was arrested and released. If not the same day, then the very next day or whatever. Obviously,
I don't know. You get arrested on a Friday. You don't come out till Monday. They say, right?
Yeah,
Unless you
true.
rich, son. Unless you rich.
Unless you're rich,
Facts.
yeah, he has money. But no, he was definitely arrested, and the very next day they came out and they said like, yo, we have video evidence that he has nothing, that he didn't assault her. We have, she took it back. She recanted her statement. 2 written letters recanting her statement.
Which seems that's what kind
That's
of
obsessive.
Why 2? Why she
yeah.
recanted her statement twice?
Yep. And then we have the
seems interesting.
The driver, because all of this took place in a car. The driver is on his side, and a couple other witnesses who visually and just heard what was going on. All of these people, but they're recanting it, so everybody's just like, oh yeah, okay, cool, that's what we thought, right? Because we're all just like Jonathan Majors, because he's new, he's up and coming, he's on top right now,
just crushing
with Creed 3. Obviously, he's in the MCU as Kang, and really crushing it. Now, because of all of that, it looks like yes, it might go in his favor, but now they're throwing, same thing. One person says something, things start to unravel. Apparently, there are 2 filmmakers that claim that he has been known as an abuser and a sociopath since school. So like there are a couple of filmmakers that are coming out and calling him vicious and cruel for some previous behavior that he's had. None of this obviously has anything to do, like there are questions there too. Like, what do you consider vicious and cruel?
Right.
Is he like beating people?
Right.
If he's physically assaulting people for years,
Any more context?
like what are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Right. So like, because people can consider someone vicious and cruel if they're brutally honest. Like Tom Cruise can be considered vicious and cruel because he's known for blowing up at people because he likes things done right. You know what I mean? So it's like, what are we talking about here when they come out and they start throwing these accusations? But
Abuser and sociopath. Again, doesn't necessarily say violent.
What?
It says here that this is the quote from the people. It says he's a sociopath and abuser, and that is how virtually everyone speaks about him. It's a shame it took this long for him to be reported.
Could be emotionally abusive.
Yeah. Which I'm not going to excuse if that's a thing that he does and is known for.
Right.
Not
cool
exactly.
either.
Yeah. I mean, it's still going to put a sour taste in my mouth.
And
Go
at
to
the end
jail
of the-
for, and I'm not going to say but
At the end of the day, we don't know these people. You know, we see them in movies, we see them in TV shows.
Facts.
We don't know what they're like behind closed doors. You know, go to the mall and look at a random person and tell me if you think they're an abuser or not. Like, who the fuck knows? Like, you know, we see what they, you know, movie studios and he wants us to see, but just like Justin Roiland, he could just be a total piece of shit behind closed doors. Or Justin Roiland might not be a piece of shit behind closed doors because we don't fucking know.
Here's the thing, man. It's like nowadays, and it's getting really annoying.
I see, Dave. You sticking up for the white man, but not the black man.
No, I love me some Jonathan Majors. Don't y'all get it twisted.
Here's the thing, though. It's getting crazy. It's getting kind of annoying, because in this country, it's for as long as I can remember, it's been you're innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
Now with the internet, dude, you're accused one time, you are guilty until proven innocent, and even if you're proven innocent, we still don't believe you. They're just covering it up. Is
You're
pretty
still
much what,
fucking
what goes
lying
on
to
with it.
us.
Yeah, you're lying. You're still a piece of shit. Surprised I still haven't seen Johnny Depp in anything or anywhere. After he was accused of beating his woman, and we found out that she was beating him. So
shit in the bed.
I mean, it was also proven that he is kind of an asshole.
I mean, for sure, yeah,
for sure.
Which is probably why he hasn't been in too much
But
shit.
it's not illegal to be an asshole. It's illegal to beat the shit out of chicks.
As long as you're not locked up.
Right.
It is, I guess it's okay.
Mm-hmm. I know a lot of assholes. They're not violent. They're not in prison. They're just assholes.
Right.
yeah.
Facts. Yeah, that's very true.
But yeah, when it comes to Jonathan Majors, I don't know. I'll wait till more stuff comes out. Luckily, we haven't as of this point, he hasn't lost anything major. No pun intended. From what I understand, it was just like a couple of like smaller deals that he had, but it's still already affecting his pockets.
Oh, he did lose some shit.
Some smaller endorsements and stuff like that.
Wow.
But
I know there was one that I saw was pausing. I think it was, I want to say it was some military, the Army, the Navy or something that he had did a commercial. And they were the ones that said, we realize that in this country, you are innocent until proven guilty. But we've also realized that when the facts are not all out there, it's best to pause these types of endorsements until all the full story comes to light. Yeah,
that's probably what they're talking about. But I don't know. I'm interested to see how this all plays out. Apparently, there's a video out there vindicating him of all of that.
Yeah, I need to. I would love. I don't need to, but I would love to see the video evidence that the lawyer is claiming.
Right.
Yeah.
And the person in question is his girl.
Oh, it's his girl.
Yeah,
girl?
it's his girl.
I know. I saw that they said it was a known acquaintance. Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't know it was his girl.
And then like the very next day, they people, the internet gets to interneting.
Sure.
And and it all came out that it was his actual girl.
Magnum PI on TikTok.
Yep.
Yep.
They already turned it into a racy thing. Oh, that's why you don't date white women.
Oh, she's a white girl.
Yeah, she's a white girl.
Oh.
So it turned into a little racy thing.
That changes
Yeah,
things.
that
Black women won't stand for that.
No, a black woman would have whooped his ass if he was
Hell
truly
yeah.
trying to do something.
Hell yeah.
I'm just talking
Yeah, we're
shit.
just talking shit.
But I could also see a white girl acting extra off of. I mean, at some point, like she was marked up. Like how the fuck she marked herself up? I mean, maybe. I feel like there was probably some sort of altercation, but maybe not an altercation that rose to the level that deserved for him to get this public ridicule. Apparently, his lawyer is saying, the NYPD has a duty to arrest someone whenever they're called to these types of charges. So they had to arrest him. But,
Right.
the word arrest sometimes has some weird connotations.
Yeah.
Like people feel like it's a
Guilty.
thing to
Like
be
it's guilty.
arrested.
Like I'm guilty.
Arresting literally is the process of handcuffing you. To be arrested just means that an officer has detained you, but you can be released on scene and still have been arrested.
Yeah,
Not that
but-
he was. I don't think he was released on scene, but being arrested doesn't necessarily, mean you got locked up and went to jail.
but to some people they say like if he went to jail, if they arrested him and he went to jail, obviously he did something wrong.
Which is not always the case.
Which is not always the
I've
case.
been locked up and went to jail. I got arrested. I've been arrested many times on scene and been released on site because
Yeah.
nothing was found. And they just didn't think that a license was a big enough reason to take me downtown.
Yeah.
And then that one time they did. But, that don't mean.
It doesn't mean anything,
Yeah.
but people are already saying like, oh well, yeah, he had, of course, it makes sense because he's all,
Of course,
brolic
yeah.
and shit, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just like, oh, of course, it's I saw a lot of, it's the steroids,
Yeah,
people are just
Roid
fucking
rage.
stupid, but it's there's a lot still to come out. I'm thinking like I'm hoping that he's going to be even. What would the impact be on Marvel though, man? Kang the Conqueror, especially after Ant-Man, Quantumania, and we saw all the Kangs and everything, and coming out, and like obviously his arc is a huge one. He's supposed to be the main bad guy, and
for the next 2 Avengers movies, right? Because the next one is Kang Dynasty, and Secret Wars also has to do with Kang.
which is gonna last for the next couple of phases.
Yeah.
You know what this means,
It would
right?
be a huge fucking deal.
Yeah, if he lost it,
Huge. To recast Kang.
No.
Who
It's
would-
not.
who would
It's
take
not a
that
big.
over?
Not a big deal. All we got to do is give a shout to Tig Notaro. Have her step right in, handle her business. Solved. Done.
oh man.
Next.
Done.
Dang, who would take that over? It would be so rough to go from that, and like can they handle that role as good as he could? I don't know, man. I'm hoping that it doesn't get to that. I love all the memes saying how pissed off Kevin Feige has to be right now.
What about your boy John David Washington?
No, I don't think his chops are.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, nobody get Jonathan Majors chops. Come on, we ain't gonna. He fucked up. We don't have a Jonathan Majors. That's the whole point of recasting, son.
I feel you, but John David Washington, I don't know.
He ain't the one.
I don't.
Who is?
Yeah, I'm not.
Who is?
I like that. I think his chops were.
I
A
mean,
little
he don't
bit better
have to be a black
in
actor.
Amsterdam, but I mean, what?
The replacement.
You trying to
if
get
Jonathan
fucked up?
Majors is
You
getting
trying to
dumb,
get canceled right now, son?
it could be anyone.
You
Kang
trying to
was not
whitewash
black.
Kang? You trying to whitewash
Kang
Kang?
was fucking blue.
Right? No, I mean,
Nah, seems like whitewashing, son. You're done.
Hold on.
They're gonna whitewash him.
It would be wild and insanely.
Tom Hanks. They
He's
bring
a
in Tom Hanks.
multiversal character.
I understand what you are saying, but if Kang, like we got him in Loki, we got him in Ant-Man and the Wasp, right? Quantumania. He had full like scenes where he just and all of a sudden, and we just saw all of his variants, in the end credit scenes,
And they were all
right?
him.
And then they just replace him with a white man.
Matt Damon.
The Republicans would love it.
I'm not gonna be started.
They'd be like, "See, this is what I'm talking about. It's about time.
About time
Finally.
affirmative
In the
actions
correct
in
way.
reverse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now I kind of want to see it."
Who's your white man replacement for Jonathan Majors?
Tom Hanks.
No.
Tom Hardy.
I mean,
I'd say let's bring back
Tom Hardy
RDJ
can get
in
crazy.
blackface.
I saw those memes. That would hit, bro. I would fuck with that.
I would, yeah.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
Bring RDJ back too.
That would be great.
Yeah, I kind of dig Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy is Kang.
Yeah, I would like that.
He's an unstable dude. He could definitely
He could
play it
definitely
up.
do 50 different versions of himself. I think he could do it.
Absolutely.
He can. He played 2 versions of himself in one movie.
Literally one movie.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever see Bronson? Bronson with Tom Hardy?
Yes,
Yeah.
saw that one too.
He was fucking nuts in that, bro. He could easily do Kang.
Well, let's
I don't
talk
want it to
about
come to that though. I don't want it to come to that.
Well, let's talk about it because apparently it's now a problem for white folk to use what's called digital blackface.
You can't, Dave. You can no longer use a meme involving a black person
Nah.
because
Yeah.
it's digital
Yup.
blackface.
Yep. Y'all can't either.
We're minorities. We can. We just,
Yeah.
Nah. You can use Hispanic reactions and Hispanic memes. That's it.
No,
It's just white people.
Just white
Apparently,
people.
if you are of color, you get a pass.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Hey, you can't.
I'm
dictate that,
Sicilian.
lady.
We're basically black. You guys saw True Romance.
Please. Don't tell that to any Sicilians from
Yeah.
Sicily.
Yeah, they don't like to hear that.
So there's this article, for those that aren't aware, there's this article on CNN that got posted over the weekend that basically, it must have been a slow news day. It's got to be. 'Cause
That's the stupidest shit.
nobody seemed to be agreeing with this article at all. I haven't seen anyone that's...
I've never even heard of this concept
No.
prior to this. Like no one, like I've never shared a meme with someone who's been like, "Bro, did you
Hey,
really just use
You can't post
digital
that.
blackface?" What?
Just doesn't make any fucking
It
sense at all.
doesn't, man. This was a CNN article.
It was a CNN article.
CNN get fucked.
And they referenced a Teen Vogue article
Oh, it's getting worse.
where Lauren Michelle Jackson, an author and cultural critic, in an essay says that the internet thrives on white people laughing at exaggerated displays of blackness, reflecting a tendency among some to see black people as a walking hyperbole.
Yo,
Relax. Ain't nobody thinking
yeah.
that deep into when they're sharing memes.
Not
It's a
even
meme.
black
It's
people.
a-
Not
it's a-
even
it's
black
a
people.
GIF.
Facts.
It's a
Especially
GIF,
they
like-
were the most up in arms. Like in the Twitter comments that I read, black people were like, "Nah, this ain't it."
Yeah, it's so stupid. It's somebody that's reaching. When we talk about like, and I hate the term, but when we talk about like, we made fun of Republicans saying woke. This is the woke that they're talking about. Like this is what people like. Some people
that
are
bullshit.
just. Yeah, they're just looking for any little thing to be fucking outraged.
Clicks. They're looking for clicks.
Yeah. Well, they're looking for clicks, but still, even the writer to write all of this bullshit had to feel some type of passionate about this fucking topic here, right?
I wrote shit I don't feel passionate about just to write.
I guess, but this shit that shit is fucking stupid. Nobody's worried about who's sharing what. Like, it's the dumbest shit ever.
Imagine no more crying Jordan meme.
Yeah.
No more of that dude
now
that's
'cause
like
he's black.
think
Right.
that think guy. Those are all classic.
It's because black folks are very expressive.
Yeah,
So they make-
literally the quote says, "Those memes are the most effective because white people are so boring."
Yeah.
That tracks.
Yeah. Black folks are so expressive with what they do, and and like we said earlier, man, that's the hip hop culture. That's the culture. Like we all live in it. We embrace it. It's now ingrained, and we accept obviously the things that are truly offensive, like we
Sure.
can't do these certain things. Like it's
Actual
understandable.
blackface.
Yeah, exactly. Like things that are understandable, but
Yeah.
sharing a fucking meme because the person happens to be black, get the fuck
Right.
out of here. Get out of here with that bullshit. I'm
Yeah.
not subscribing to that stupid
No,
shit.
Yeah, no.
nobody is.
Like,
Nobody
I mean,
is.
maybe it depends on what the meme is.
I mean, if it's like racist Looney Tunes, yeah.
Well, definitely, but I don't know. So the hold my wig gif.
What in what context?
In what context?
You say something that
say
I don't
something
agree with.
and you're like,
hold my wig,
wig.
because like I'm implying I'm gonna fight you.
Right.
Right.
How is that?
Because white people don't wear wigs.
Have you seen George Washington?
Ooh, that was powder. That bitch was powdered like a
president?
motherfucker.
Yes. Have you seen all his pictures?
Okay, well,
Yeah,
white
he
people
wore
in the last
wigs.
20 years
He's
that
the
are
whitest
not over the
motherfucker you
60
can think of.
years old.
White people don't wear wigs, they wear toupees.
White men do, yes.
Just call him Rose.
You don't know that, bro. Maybe some women.
I mean, I'm not saying, obviously, there are white women that wear wigs,
Cancer
but
survivors.
nowhere near to the level of black culture.
No.
Yeah.
No. That's why you always see
stop
them
it.
doing the pat. They're always patting.
All right, let's
Not going there.
That wasn't a GIF. It wasn't digital blackface.
Don't worry. We will capture that and turn it into one.
Nah.
Too late. All right.
Oh, we got him. We got him.
We got him.
And that's the news at Insensitive Culture, because I don't like to talk about sad bullshit. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
nothing else happened in the world
remember the patting
over
days
the
in my
past
hair.
few days.
It's been a
Yeah,
perfect.
you had
I've done it because I
you had the
braids.
cornrows.
I had braids, and you would have the do rag on, and
Yeah.
yo, braids get itchy, bro.
I did
He
it
just
like a couple
"Ugh."
times, and it wasn't fun.
Yeah, it's rough. All right, cool. It's that time. Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Oh, we're feeling nice and refreshed. Okay, so a couple of things have happened since last week. One of the bigger things right now that's happening in Hollywood, there was a there was a Marvel president. She was in charge of the visual effects and animation since the beginning of the films started in the MCU.
Okay.
She was fired, and for a little while there, they weren't giving any kind of reasoning. But obviously, she was. We know that Bob Iger has been cleaning house at the MCU, so people were just speculating like that's all that was. And she's apparently what came out of it was the fact that she worked on a project that they told her not to work on, or they didn't give her. She didn't ask for Disney's blessing to work on this passion project of her own, which she's done many a times before. She's worked on other projects outside of Marvel. This time it resulted in her being fired, and she's obviously not happy about that.
Do we know what the project was?
Let's see. Yeah, it does lay it out. There's just a bunch of stuff here.
Was it the fact that she worked on the project, or the fact that she was promoting it? I thought they told her not to promote it, and she did that anyway. And that was when the axe came down.
It could be.
At first, when I heard the story, I thought it was just like she got fired because of like shitty Quantum Mania effects or something like that.
That's what I thought too. That's what I'm saying, because she was in charge of all of that. She's overseeing like the visual effects.
Did you think the effects were shitty in Quantum Mania?
I heard people talking shit about them. I didn't think they were shitty. No, I fucked with it.
I didn't think they were shitty.
I heard people talk shit about it. Yeah.
People were talking shit about it because they're expecting. First of all, I maybe I gave it a pass because I felt like it's the quantum realm, and they felt like it's gonna look a little cartoony because that's how it looked in the past. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it is what it is, kind of thing. So when I saw the visual effects for that, didn't think anything of it, but I thought the same thing. Right? A lot of bad press surrounding that. Bob Iger. I thought she was canned
cleaning up.
For all of that and just kind of cleaning up.
Right.
But yes, you are correct. It says here is a quote here. It says the idea that Victoria was fired over a handful of press interviews relating to a personal passion project about human rights and democracy that was nominated for an Oscar, in which she got Disney's blessing to work on, is absolutely ridiculous. Victoria, a gay Latina, they throw that in there.
Of course.
A gay Latina who had the courage to criticize Disney was silenced. And then she was terminated when she refused to do something she believed was reprehensible. So Disney and Marvel made a really poor decision that will... So it's not really laying out exactly what it was, but yes, she was promoting a project that possibly where she was possibly
going against Disney
against
values
Disney
or something
Marvel.
like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's the vibe that I got from what you just read, was that it was something that Disney didn't agree with, and they sort of took it out on her.
Yeah. Hopefully this doesn't my whole reason for talking about it is just like she's been the head of the visual effects from the beginning, like that either makes way for someone
since the beginning, since 2008 Iron Man.
Right.
Wow. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm more impressed that there was a Latina in charge of that.
A gay Latina.
Yes, because she wouldn't have been able to do it without her sexuality being a part of it. But I need to understand, like, what the hell did she do?
Yeah,
there was a Yeah, we need to look up a little bit more info on that. But yeah, apparently she made or was a part of.
But still, don't
video,
bite the fucking hand that feeds you.
Right.
Some people feel like they should be able to speak their mind. This is the
You should be able to
correct,
speak your
but
mind.
that does not free you from the consequences.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh well.
Like, this is still a free market.
Still a free market.
I'm
just
they
saying
are
that-
free to hire and fire at will.
I'm just saying, like, this either leaves this gives either it's an opportunity for someone else to come in and give us a new look that Marvel possibly needs right now, because Marvel is just under big fucking magnifying glass from everyone, right?
It's only been 38 films.
Right. So I don't know. It could either be a good sign at the fact that, okay, well, now we're gonna get something new as far as us
Right.
as the fans of Marvel, or it could be shitty in the fact that the person who was making sure that all of this stuff, looked great and looked as decent as possible.
Yeah,
is
I mean, I guess
now
that's the other
not
thing
there.
too, is like, what does it mean to be the director of VFX at the studio level? Like, are you actually responsible for
I think you
the
hire.
quality?
Yeah.
Or are you just responsible for the project managing of the people that you hire?
I mean, if you're responsible for the project manager, aren't you really responsible for everything below you, the people you hire, the quality they're delivering? Like, isn't that all on you?
But yes, at the end of the day, the ultimate buck would fall on you. But it's also like, you're really more paying attention to deadlines and budgets and shit.
Sure.
All right. Well, let's talk about other things in Marvel since we're talking about Marvel.
Let's do.
Liv Tyler's coming back.
What?
She's coming back as Betty Ross in
Sexy.
Captain America: New World Order.
Really?
I'll fuck with
There,
that.
a lot of people are claiming that. Well, they're speculating that this is going to be the unofficial sequel to
The Hulk.
the Incredible Hulk, because of all of the people that are involved that are coming back from the
She
Incredible Hulk
was
movie.
the daughter, right?
She was, General
That's
Ross's
right.
daughter.
Damn.
Which we know now General Ross is going to be played by Harrison Ford.
Right.
And she's going to be her daughter, who she was dating Bruce Banner at that time.
Yeah.
And then I think one other actor is coming back from that movie. And
To Tim
because
Roth.
of all of that, huh?
Was Tim Roth coming back?
I don't know if Tim Roth is coming back for this, but we did see him back in
That's
She-Hulk.
right. That's right.
You know what I
She-Hulk.
mean?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I don't know if he's coming back for this movie specifically, but there was I forgot the name of the actor, but in the movie he was like all deformed and shit near the end. But was it that one? I'm getting them all confused. Anyway,
With the
there are a
Ang Lee
couple.
Hulk.
There are a few actors, including them two that we named, who are coming back for this movie. I'm just interested in seeing what Captain America is going to be
like,
without.
Liv Tyler's not bringing me to the theater to watch.
Oh no,
New
of course
World
not.
Order.
Of course not. And that's I'm not saying that she is, but a lot of speculation is going around what the theme is going to be, and it seems like it's going to be around
It's
the
gonna be
super
around-
serum, super soldier serum, and all of that, and
More Thunderbolts ish relation.
right.
That would be probably a good turn because nobody seems to care about Captain America and everything
Sam?
that's gonna
Yeah, being Captain
with
America,
Sam as
yeah.
Captain America. It doesn't seem to be too popular or at least like a big hit of any sort.
Sam
That's
wasn't
how, that's how
popular
they
at all.
rake everybody
Yeah.
back to the theater.
Well, I mean, nobody also seems to care much about the Thunderbolts. So if that's
Right.
gonna, it's kind of almost like a side project that's happening at the same time.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that because even when like Julia Louis's character in
Black Panther.
Black Panther, it's probably one of the weaker parts of the whole movie.
It is.
Yeah, for sure.
They just had to throw her in there.
Yeah,
just to show what level of access she has and how powerful.
And now she's risen to the head of the CIA.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know. I honestly, because I'm not looking forward to it, I think Thunderbolts is probably going to be a sleeper. They're just going to fill that bitch up with mad action.
I hope so.
I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it either. I think that Captain America might be a big sleeper too, especially because Thunderbolt Ross and everything, and that the implications of all these characters coming back from a Hulk possibly is. I mean, it is pushing more towards the fact that we're possibly getting a Red Hulk, at some point. Whether it be this is setting it up for the Thunderbolts or whatever. It has to be, yeah. It's obviously not going to be him, acting it out. That's going to be somebody else in a green suit. But they're just going to put his fucking old-ass face on there, and that's fine.
Yeah, like how the Hulk looks like Mark Ruffalo. It's going to have little Harrison Ford features.
Yeah. Honestly, too, since I've been seeing more of Harrison Ford, I'm disliking him less.
Yeah, it was shrinking, wasn't
it? Not that I disliked him before, but he just plays that grumpy curmudgeon person. Is just like,
yeah,
right.
And then we hear the outbursts that he always has, like just talking shit.
The Mark Hamill thing that you sent me there, that dude, that was so funny. His impression of something that Harrison Ford said to him when they were making Star Wars, dude. Like, that's the best Harrison Ford impression I've ever heard. Not that people are doing Harrison Ford impressions left and right, but he fucking nailed it, bro.
Oh, that was so good.
Oh, I gotta see that.
Yeah. Here we go.
Word.
Hold on. Let me see. Let me cue it up.
Here's Mark Hamill's impression of Harrison Ford. Take a look at this.
I'm looking in continuity, and I said, well, wait a second. This is right after we got out of the trash compactor. Shouldn't my hair be all wet and matted with schmutz all through it? And he turns to me and says, hey, kid, it ain't that kind of movie. If people are looking at your hair, we're all in big trouble.
That's good.
That was good.
It was pretty good. But yeah, I'm liking him. I think that's just an act that he puts on. So now, especially Shrinking. Yeah, saw him in that. The movie y'all keep making fun of me for watching, he was in that, and I was just like, I don't know. I just like Harrison Ford more now.
You've been coming around on Costner too. Look at you opening up to these old white men.
Yeah, I'm not going back to watch Costner's full thing, but yes,
you gotta watch The Postman or Waterworld or any of those gems.
Just for the side tangent, you know what I do like about certain actors, right? Especially like Costner in this case, because for those of you obviously you don't know, but I've been giving shit to Dave about Costner. For some time, and he said, "Yo, Perfect World," where he takes the little kid and blah blah blah. He told me a little bit about this. I'm like, all right, I'll give it a shot. So I've been watching it. I like actors who are big names, right? And normally, these bigger actors, they're very specific on their roles. I love an actor who's a good actor, has a big name, and plays villains from time to time.
Yeah. Shows range.
And I would have to say, that's one thing I do like about Kevin Costner. Because we talked about 3,000 miles to
Graceland.
To Graceland.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just not afraid to do that. Whereas, like, someone like, even The Rock, I was excited to.
It's a strong word.
A little bit much there. This is a very strong word. But I wanted to see how he would do in Black Adam, because Black Adam is a villain, and mainly he made, he made him likable hero-ish.
Yeah,
he made him a likable hero. Yeah. That's just like just a curmudgeon dude.
Yeah,
like, whatever. So I shouldn't kill him. Like, those are the stupid fucking jokes.
Yeah.
I just want to see him be a fucking bad guy.
Just a straight up
legit bad guy.
fucking Denzel in Training Day. Like, yo, this is not a good dude.
I love those roles. I've been saying that for so long about Will Smith. Mm-hmm. Like, I just feel like because he's been bombing on his movies up until Emancipation, I want to see him be like a good villain. And I think he could be a great villain.
Especially now.
He's just one of those people that...
Especially now.
Yeah, especially now.
Pretty sure he can get an easy casting.
Yeah, lean into that, bro. Just do it.
No, I don't think so. I think
As a villain, you don't think?
I mean, no, he'd be great. Yeah, he can get an easy casting as a villain. I'm just saying, like, I don't think he was.
Really, that's the right play for his career, or what?
He wasn't. I'm not thinking they're turning down movies. He's laying low. He's letting everything pass by, and it seems like it's working. Nobody's really giving a fuck about Will Smith,
right?
And whether he's attached to projects and whatnot. He's just secretly filming these things now, and by the time they come to light, it'll all blow over, and that's it.
It's been a year,
probably.
Another year, another year, maybe 2.
I mean, the Oscars had jokes, but it wasn't like they were, detrimental jokes.
No,
right. No, it was just like
now Chris Rock releases. He released his special,
and he
let that ride for a little bit, and then after that, nobody's gonna care anymore.
He did talk shit about the Chris Rock special and say that he was
disappointed and embarrassed.
Disappointed and embarrassed and a victim or something.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I mean, he's going to say the things because they're asking him these fucking questions.
Fuck all that.
But whatever, man. He's just going to move the fuck on. But yeah, it'd be dope if he plays a villain at some point. I would love for that.
Okay.
Yeah. You're saying Costner makes a good villain, right? That's where this came from?
Yeah. Costner makes a good villain.
You watched A Perfect World?
I'm halfway through it.
Okay.
Halfway through it.
Nice.
So yeah,
I take it he's a villain in the movie.
It seems from where I am now, and this movie released like in '93, so it shouldn't be a spoiler alert for anybody. But where I'm at now, like he starts off as a villain, and it seems like because he kidnaps this kid. He breaks out of prison with some other shitty dude. They kidnapped this kid, and it seems like even though he is, you could tell like he is a ruthless dude. It's like the kid is balancing him out, and the feelings that he's building for this kid is eventually what's gonna make him have to make a decision in the end.
It's kind of like The Last of Us. It's kind of like Joel and Ellie,
exactly.
Right?
Yeah, kind of like that. But he still plays a dope, like
for sure.
That bad role, that I don't give a fuck demeanor.
Yeah,
really.
Costner does play that.
Fuck, I don't want to watch this movie, but now I feel like I'm gonna need to because I can't imagine Kevin Costner as a bad, ruthless ass.
You need to watch Yellowstone. That's what it is.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
I
you
saw
sound
the
like
previews
Wok.
for Yellowstone finally, and I was like, "Come on, guys, you really watch this shit?"
Yeah, I did. I ended up watching it. We made it.
Fucks with it hard.
Don't want to say it, but it looked a little CW.
No, it was actually really good.
Ain't no titties
Sure,
on
the story is great.
Yeah, it's actually really good.
I heard there's a lot of sex in Yellowstone, but that's
Sounds like you're talking yourself out of it.
Plenty of titties on the internet. I don't
Nobody's
need to subject
disputing
myself to 28 hours of
All right.
It was good. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all.
drama.
Missing out.
All right, so more speculation is coming out, especially coming around Marvel and everything. Some photos were released of the set to Spider-Man, freaking Daredevil, Born Again, and
Born Again.
Yeah, and they're saying that that the rumors are that the show is possibly surrounding Daredevil during the blip. So it could be during the blip, post blip. We're gonna walk through that whole situation.
Okay.
And it may intertwine with his scene in Spider-Man No Way Home because, you know, obviously random ass cameo, he was the lawyer and whatnot. So it may all intertwine. And they're saying that because of certain little things in the background of the set that's just pointing more towards the blip, which would make sense. And we talked about that, which is why a lot of people were upset that Foggy Nelson and is it Karen Page?
Yeah.
Yes.
That they're not coming back, the original actors from the show, because everyone loved them so much. But they're saying that if that's true, this is the reason why they're not theirs, because they could have been blipped away, and that explains that. But I think that's more people, having hope that these characters make it back.
It gives me a reason for understanding why it's 18 motherfucking episodes in the first season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still curious about that. I don't think it's straight 18 episodes.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think it's going to be broken up. Probably have the first half of that.
Call
and
it
then
season 1, season 2.
1.5.
From my understanding, when that happens, there's a full year in between the two. But when they break it up into half seasons like that,
Within the same year.
it's within the same year. It's within like a couple of months. So it could be like we get 9 episodes, we get like 2 months off, and then we have another 9 episodes, and it could be pre-blip. It leads up to a specific event. We get 2 months off where we're just like, oh shit, like I can't wait for that, and it's only 2 months that we have to wait before we get another 9 episodes, and that's how that could be split.
Yeah.
But if it's straight 18 episodes, I don't see that shit happening. Like,
No, I mean,
that shit would be trash.
That's very like broadcast TV approach.
No, they did it with Stranger Things.
Not the same like that. Not split halfway.
No, yeah, I see what you're saying, but they still did that.
And it wasn't the first season of a show.
No, it wasn't.
The first season of the show, you're gonna give me 18 fucking episodes.
Yeah.
One spring season, one fall season for one season. Like that shit is like Blacklist.
It's the same show.
Yeah.
I want to say it's the same showrunner, and he keeps referring to it as season 4.
He does.
They keep telling him like, no, it's not season 4.
Yeah.
But he keeps referring to it as season 4 because of apparently the feeling is
Okay.
very much feeling that way.
Fuck with that.
Right. I fuck with that too.
Yeah. I fuck with that idea. It's just like, but I don't know. You can't call it season 4 if it's not all continual.
Right. I mean, that's why Marvel themselves aren't calling it season 4. It's
True that.
It's a soft reboot.
Right.
It's a soft reboot.
I agree.
All right, so big news too. Owen Wilson's big rumor, I should say. Owen Wilson's Mobius character. I always want to say Morbius because it came out around.
I know.
Morbin time.
But Owen Wilson's Mobius character is rumored to appear in Deadpool 3, which makes sense because that would imply that there's a lot of
TVA action,
multiverse jumping, which is why we have Hugh Jackman.
Do they call it multiverse in the TVA? I can't remember.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, they use that term.
Or was it just multiple timelines?
I mean, depends on how they're talking about it, but yeah, they call it the multiverse.
Okay.
I don't know. Now that you say that, do they call it the multiverse?
I gotta go back and watch Loki.
Yeah, same.
Again, because we're
I'm not 100% if
we're
they
gonna,
call
we're
it.
gonna come up to season 2, and we
Right.
We need a
I need to
refresher.
rewatch. Yeah.
It's probably a good idea.
It's not in my notes here too, but Secret Invasion is coming up in July.
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't think that was coming until December.
They gave him a new date, and it's like July 31st or some shit like that.
Okay, that's only like 4 months from now.
Yeah. So I can't wait for that.
Secret Invasion. That'll be dope. It seemed the little teaser trailer that they had done at D23. It seemed interesting, intriguing. I liked it. I was hyped for it.
Yeah.
I can't wait for it. I think this is going to be a good show.
June 21st for Secret Invasion.
Oh, June 21st. Okay, so
Yep.
sooner than I thought.
Oh, that's even sooner.
Yeah, even sooner.
And who's the Crow agent in the Crawl agent in Secret Invasion? It was like a new character, right?
What do you mean? Ben Middleton?
No, Ben Mendelsohn was in. Is it? No, it's Kingsley,
Oh,
the dude that was from Bridgerton.
Yeah.
He's
That's why I
he's
don't
the new
fucking
Crawl.
know who he is. They've
Kingsley
added so many people
Benadier.
to this. They've added so many people to this. Amelia Clark is apparently on here.
Oh, Amelia Clark.
Yeah,
I fucks with that.
I'll take some Amelia Clark.
I love Amelia Clark.
Low Khaleesi.
Little Khalees.
Damn. Don Cheeto's showing up on here.
Yeah. Martin
They're
Freeman.
bringing back.
Oh yeah, he was in the teaser.
Oh, that's right.
Colby Smulders.
Colby Smulders. Yeah, she's
Fuck
coming
yeah.
back.
Fucks with Colby.
She should be. She usually rocks with Nick Fury.
It's only
Yep.
6 episodes though.
Damn, they better be 2-hour episodes, fucking Stranger Things style.
You know it's not. It's gonna be just
I
like
know it's not.
what was
I
the
know
other
it's
6-episode show? Moon Knight.
Yeah,
Well, that's close, yeah.
It's gonna be
6 or
just like
7.
Moon Knight.
Some
all
bullshit.
of it is fucking 6 episodes.
Anyways, on to
All
the
right,
next one.
on to the next one.
But
All right.
yeah, I am hyped to see if Mobius is a part of Deadpool 3. Gives more reason why Deadpool shows up.
Yeah,
So I'm cool with that.
More reason for that. Why we're getting Hugh Jackman coming back as Wolverine makes me feel like
And
possibly.
it's there should be some good banter there. Like
Yeah.
I could see the 3 of them bantering.
Makes me feel like we might be
yeah.
getting the introduction of our new Wolverine.
Wait. Johnny, didn't you
I've been
get rid
hoping
of
for
Ryan
that.
Reynolds last week? You don't get no Deadpool 3.
Shut up.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah, he's dead to you.
Go enjoy your Kevin Hart specials.
Oh man.
What if Kevin Hart was one of the Deadpools in the multiverse?
Ooh, we're missing that one.
Yeah.
I am anyway, because his ass was
Mini
gone.
Deadpool. All right, I'm moving on. Past Marvel here. Past Marvel, but we're staying on Disney. So crazy turn of or news here, where apparently the Aristocats is a popular Disney movie from back in the day. They are getting a live action reboot directed by Questlove.
That sounds like a whole lot of mid.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't a huge fan of Aristocats. I don't even remember what the fucking story was. I just thought like it's crazy.
I don't remember
that
the Aristocats.
he won. Well, obviously the Oscars and everything. His award was overshadowed by the slap because it was it happened immediately after the slap. So he won an Oscar for directing. I want to say it was a documentary, right?
Yep.
And now he's just jumping into
Documentary about hip hop.
right. And now he's just jumping into directing a live action version of a classic Disney movie.
Yeah, he didn't direct the documentary, right? I mean, I guess technically you direct the documentary, but directing a film that's 98% clips of other films and videos is not really the same as directing a movie.
Correct. Which is why I'm wondering.
But I don't doubt the creative talents of Questlove.
Yeah.
So can he do this? Possibly. Why this? I mean, I don't even remember the Aristocats, but I'm assuming it's extra musical.
Yes.
That's all I really know about.
I feel like it was like a jazzy Cats thing or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude with
I
the
don't know
cello,
how that
the
came
cello in the alley, fucking playing the. Yeah. That's exactly what I
Yeah.
pictured when I hear Aristocats. The alley,
So
I
it's like-
picture all the cats in the alley.
I agree with Dave. It just sounds like a whole lot of mid.
I'm picturing the Cats musical. that
I hope not. They have to know it can't be that, right?
CGI buttholes and all.
Yeah, if James Corden is in this, I'm fucking so not even fucking with it.
Direct to Disney Plus. I'll watch it.
Oh man, what a directing debut.
I'm on these. I get these surveys for trailers all the time. I don't remember at what point I signed up for it, but it allowed me to watch trailers and think that I was getting some sort of credit for it. I think I get like, I don't know, Amazon gift cards or something when I respond to the surveys.
Sure.
Nice.
After you watch the trailer, it always like says, so like, how do you feel about this movie? And like the options are like, definitely watch in theater, no other place to watch it. And then it's like, I could watch it at home.
Yeah.
And it's like 90% of the time, I'm like, I can watch it at home. One of the options is like, depending on the reviews, I may watch it in the theater. But I'm still like, I could watch it at home.
Yeah, I'll watch it at home. Like, this guy really loves watching movies at home. John Wick 4 came out this past weekend, and it's been just killing stuff, man.
Ooh.
Yeah, dude.
I did want to cover on this because what I wanted to pull up was the box office mojo, because what was it that we covered last week? Was it Shazam?
I want to say so, yeah.
Because
that shit
John
was
Wick
horrible.
4 did 79 million domestic, 146 million worldwide. So kind of
It's the top
reiterating what we said last week, that it ain't got nothing to do with theater buzz.
Yeah.
It's just, nobody wants to see fucking Shazam.
Yeah. Nobody
Yeah.
wanted, and then he blamed it on The Rock, so.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, and it's been getting high praises.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Wait,
saying that it's
Didn't Zachary Levi, he said fucking go see John Wick 4 if you want to go see John Wick 4. Did you guys see that video he released on like Twitter?
No.
He literally was talking at this, telling people, I heard it's a really good movie. If you want to go see that, go see that. He was basically telling people to fucking go see it.
Cool.
Yeah. That's probably because they announced that Shazam will be available as early as April 17th.
Ooh.
Damn.
On you'll be able
Now,
to stream it.
To be fair, and I don't want to jump cut you here, but earlier in this day, I saw someone send a text on our group chat that Creed 3 is already available or is coming out this week on digital.
Friday.
Creed 3 is coming out Friday.
So, but Creed 3 was a fucking phenomenal success.
Yeah.
It did really great. So all I'm saying is just because Shazam is coming out in 2 weeks doesn't necessarily mean it's doing that because it was a flop, since Creed 3 was such a huge success. And
Yeah, but how long has been
still Creed 3's only been out like 2-3 weeks.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, it doesn't feel
A lot
like
of
it's been
people
out that
just-
long.
It hasn't been out long.
Oh, okay. Well, now we got to check.
Now let's see, Creed 3 release date. It's made 246. It came out March 1st.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll be
It's in the beginning of the month.
31 days.
And when did
I still thought it was
Shazam
45
2.
days.
45 was like the agreed upon maximum,
Oh, okay.
but you could do it whenever you want. March 15th on Shazam 2. So same, 30
Yeah.
days.
Okay, yeah.
About a month.
It just seems like it just came out and
Are they
now
both
they're
Warner
already
Brothers?
releasing.
You remember how long it took for theater movies to hit VHS back in the day, bro?
Bruh.
You're waiting years.
Bruh.
Yeah.
The
It
worst.
used to be a lot.
Yeah.
Fuck. We got it
Used to be
good.
a lot. So I'm
We
liking
got
this.
it
yeah.
real good.
I'm liking this. Because Avatar just came out. I want to watch that. So that just came out on
Y'all said
streaming
that.
services. So
Well, that's right.
I'm excited about this one. So I didn't know it or I completely blanked on it, but we're getting Andy Serkis came out and said that Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes will blow people's minds.
I've been fucking
What?
with the
There's
last.
another Planet of the Apes
another
movie?
Planet of the Apes
I've been
movie.
fucking with those ones recently.
Oh,
The
I
recent
love 'em.
ones. Yeah, they're tight.
Yeah, I love those. Those are great.
They're not theater watches, but
I feel like I've seen at least 2 of them in the theater.
I feel the same, yeah.
I mean, yes, I loved them, but I loved them as a trilogy. I just feel I'm always nervous when people just go back to the same burning fire.
Don't come up with anything new. Andy Serkis is doing a lot of shit.
Yeah.
He's in. I've never been a follower of the series on Netflix, Luther. BBC, I think it's BBC/Netflix. They have a
BBC.
They have a film of the Luther franchise, and I believe Andy Serkis is playing the villain in there.
nice.
Correct.
He's a good villain.
Yes.
Dude. He's such a good villain.
Yeah,
He is, and
it looks interesting. I might watch it without knowing any of the backstory.
I
And you
am
can.
I am
You
gonna
can.
watch that.
I think
Yeah.
so.
They said you can.
Okay.
Yep.
I am gonna watch it. My girl has been watching Luther lately. She's been watching it
Damn.
because she did like Luther before, and I think she said she fell off at some point just because life got in the way. So she's rewatching them, and she wants to watch the movie. And I'm just gonna jump into the movie. I'm not watching the. I'll catch bits and pieces of the show as she watches it, but But they say you don't have to watch anything.
Okay.
And Andy Serkis, I fuck with him as a bad guy. Back to the Planet of the Apes, though. I think it's a solid. It's a solid trilogy, which means that this one, as long as everything is like all the people are still involved, I don't see anything wrong with it. I'm down for a 4th movie. We got to see all of the phases, right? How it began, and how it progressed, and how they just like how everything went at odds. I want to say the first movie was obviously how it began. Second movie was them kind of just like being on the run, and while the humans were trying to come at them and stuff. Third movie, they had taken over already, and they've built a kingdom. This one is now like their kingdom is solidified. Like now, I think the humans are
subjugated.
And it's gotten to that point.
Damn.
So I can't wait for it. I think it's gonna be dope,
tight.
man. I think you want to hate on it, but they're all so fucking good.
I don't
They're all
want to
really
hate
good.
on it. I love it.
Not you necessarily, just a simple
ones.
fact. Yeah, that one. I didn't hate that one.
I didn't hate the Mark Wahlberg one. I liked it.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
What
That's
do we got?
unpopular
What do we
opinion.
got next?
I didn't hate it.
Unpopular opinion, but I thought a lot of the acting was really good. Maybe from everyone besides Mark, but
I was gonna say.
The rest of them played pretty dope characters, and the story was not terrible.
Okay.
The regular Planet of the Apes, or the more recent one, it was freaking phenomenal, and I thought it brought the whole genre back. But again, I don't know that I want to go back to that pool and see more of that story. I don't want it to burn out and feel, trivial.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel you. I feel what you're saying.
But
I'm gonna watch it.
I'm sure I'll see this.
I'm gonna
film.
watch it.
I'm not gonna not see it.
It might be a theater watch for me. I do enjoy it. I think it's I
I'll wait
want to
for the
say the
trailer,
last one. I want to say the last one I saw in theater, in Chicago, and I really enjoyed it. It was a good time. So I probably who knows? I haven't been going to the theater as of late, but definitely making it to the theater to watch Mario though. So I can't wait for that.
Oh,
Mario
word.
Bros.
I'm gonna go catch John Wick soon too. I gotta peep that.
Yeah, that I want to see. I hear it has some amazing fucking action sequences.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the highest grossing movie in the franchise. So.
Yeah, should be good.
Yeah, that's true too.
Just because we talked about it recently, I thought this was an interesting piece of information. But Robert Downey Jr. is starring in the remake of Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo.
Oh yeah, we just talked about Vertigo last week too.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Funny. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's starring in that.
Vertigo.
Huh?
Remaking Vertigo.
They're remaking Vertigo.
I thought that would be. I thought that was dope. I'd love to see how they make that into a modern take.
Yeah.
You know, we'll see. We'll see how that comes out.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what this role is that is requiring him to be bald. I don't like the bald look on. It's just rough to get used to. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, fix that.
Like when we saw Christian Bale getting ready for Gore.
Yeah,
the
that's
God
true.
Butcher. We were like, yo,
but
is
we
he
knew
sick?
he was
Is
getting
he
ready
okay?
for that. And this one, we're like, what's he working on? I know it's a role. Every time I see somebody with like a very unique
look,
look or a drastic,
I'm like, oh, well, I wonder what the role, role is.
Especially if it's an
requiring.
actor. It's like, well, what do you think?
Right.
That's actually all I really have for today's episode. Do you guys have anything to add to this stellar conversation?
I've been fucking with new Waco documentary on Netflix. David Koresh, Waco, Texas. That whole ordeal in '93, which I was familiar with to begin with, but they did sort of just a 3-part docuseries. Johnny's favorite, those multi-part docuseries that could have easily been 90
3 is
minutes.
okay. I'm okay with 3.
Oh, okay. 3 is it's the staircase that was like 12, where you're like, fuck nah.
Yeah, I'm not trying to watch really anything past that. 4, I might not watch.
But 3 is doable.
3 is like, fuck. Yeah. All right. Because I saw Genius.
The Waco
Those 3
thing
parts.
the Waco thing was good because they had like actual Branch Davidian people that were there, like recounting sort of what was happening
That's
as
cool.
the FBI was coming in. It's just stories that you hadn't necessarily heard, even if you were familiar with the whole story of it all. And
Right.
it was just, it was really good. So just, I haven't been
think I
fucking
saw
with
the
anything
trailer
in a
for it.
while. Yeah, you probably did. They were pimping it pretty hard on Netflix. If you logged in, it dropped, I think, Wednesday of last week or maybe the week before. But yeah, worth a watch if you're looking for just, something to pass the time.
few years, well, I don't know, at least within the last 5 years, didn't they have like a drama series based on the Waco?
I feel like they did. Yeah, somebody pretty big played David Koresh. I feel like too, and I know I definitely watched that. I don't recall who it was, but they've been doing a lot of those. I feel like they did a Unabomber one as well that had a big name actor playing Ted Kaczynski. Those have been big, and I fuck with those too. So like I eat them shits up.
Oh,
it was Taylor
Kitsch and Michael
Taylor
Shannon.
Lautner.
No.
Taylor
Taylor
Kitsch.
Kitsch.
Oh, Kitsch. Yes. Not the wolf dude from Twilight.
No.
Michael Shannon played
Taylor
Gary
Kitsch. Taylor
Nosner.
Kitsch was a good Koresh, if I remember correctly.
He was, yeah, because I did watch that series, and yeah, he was good.
Oh, you did. I feel like I started it, but for some reason I don't know why I didn't finish it.
It was only like a few episodes.
Yeah.
It was a miniseries, yeah.
4 or 5 episodes or something. Oh, 6 episodes.
Oh, that might have been why you didn't finish it, Johnny. That's why there's 18 episodes. The 18 episodes of Daredevil got him heated. He can only handle like 3 or 4 at a time.
That's true.
Got to digest.
What the fuck?
What's up?
No, I was just reading I'm looking up this Waco thing, and the Waco show that I was talking about is it was a Showtime one, but the new one was Paramount. No, Showtime is Paramount. Okay,
Yeah, Showtime.
yeah,
shows
Showtime is Paramount. I
are
forgot
on
about
Paramount.
it. Okay, They showed John Leguizamo, and then that threw me way the fuck off. I'm like, when the fuck was he in that?
Right.
I just don't remember him being in that, but
yeah, some role
playing some Latino.
Of course,
because that's the only thing he allows himself to play now.
Word.
Yeah.
I haven't really been fucking with anything outside of the ordinary.
Our Mandos, our Ted Lassos.
Yep.
Yeah.
God, I'm not even caught up on any of it.
Oh, you're not caught up on Ted Lasso?
No, definitely
Mando's
not caught
been
up
good.
on Ted Lasso. I might have seen the most recent Mando.
If you did, you didn't drop it in the chat.
What was it about?
We get to see who saved Grogu.
This is spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Is this the episode where Grogu got a chest plate?
Yes.
That was the most recent episode?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I did see it.
So you're caught up. Okay.
I'm waiting for his little Mando.
But I haven't watched Ted.
I want to see Grogu in a
wanna
little
see
Mando
that too.
helmet. That'd be the most adorable shit I've ever seen in my life, son. I need it.
I can't wait for that either. Yeah, and Ted Lasso's just been really good.
So good.
Yeah, but I haven't been fucking with anything outside of those things.
It's all right.
So, all right.
I don't think
you have anything to add?
Nah, I don't think I've been fucking with anything. I've been boring.
You got time to fuck with anything.
Yeah.
Facts.
Same. Well, I have a little bit more time, but that doesn't mean I actually have time. But guys, you know what that means. We reached the part of the show where if you've actually made it this far, that means you are a loyal fan, and we appreciate you. Remember to rate, review, subscribe to the podcast. Support the New York Yankees because Dave really wants you to.
That's right.
Go watch those games. Also, remember, if you want to cop some merch, go to insensitivemerch.com. If you're watching us on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and let us know how you liked the show or didn't like the show, whatever. Just talk to us because we really, really need you to talk to us. But other than that, guys, peace.
Peace.